Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's Motive.
Here, we're introducing our incredible guest, Alban.
Yo.
What's up?
What's good?
Long time.
Damn, you got
How
me
you do,
fucking
bro?
the whole welcome wagon and everything.
All right. Yo, I'm glad we could link up.
Different setting from last time.
It's been a while.
Oh, yeah, bro. Last time the
Yeah.
appearance was when I got a fucking concussion from Mite, bro.
Thank
Wait, what,
you.
you had a concussion?
Yeah, for the boxing, bro.
Oh!
I was so
completely
concussed,
forgot
man.
about that.
You saw that, right? That was
Dude, I was sitting there and then you just put on my gloves and started throwing hands.
I was like, bro, someone has to throw on these gloves, bro, right now. And nobody was doing it, so I'm like, fine.
We
Like,
were all like, drunk as shit.
I know. I felt that for the rest of the night. My head was so gone, bro. I barely even remembered towards the end, and I wasn't even that drunk. It was probably because I had brain damage, bro. And then the next morning, we recorded a pod with Shamar, and I actually couldn't even see. It was so bright.
And that was a
You
vile
definitely got a
podcast as
concussion.
well.
Oh, I did. Like the doctor told me, and then I was fucked for like the first 3 months of school, bro. It was actually terrible.
Also, we can curse here.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
Okay,
Oh
okay.
yeah, we don't even censor it.
Cool.
Thank you for this caffeine, by the way.
No
problem. This is like some of the best coffee I've had. I don't know why.
Really, I've
This
never
is
like.
so- This
I
is
don't really
I might
afford
I don't know what
Starbucks.
My dad.
this is so good.
My dad taught me this. My dad taught me this like when I was very young. What?
So good. This might put me back on drip coffee with it.
Drugs.
No, on drip coffee.
On
Like,
drugs.
You bro said drug.
so what are you saying?
I was saying at a very young age, my dad taught me what's this. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys guess. What's the first step to making a good meal? To cook.
Reading the recipe.
No, make sure your guest is
Uber
hungry.
Eats.
Okay.
You guys
I
are
see.
caffeine deprived. That means the coffee tastes better.
Did you? Oh, that's true.
That's
That's
some
true.
wise words, bro.
Did you see that meme where it's like when my girl goes out of town? Or no, when I go out of town, I switch up my girl's coffee ground with like decaf,
What?
and don't tell her so that she thinks that she's just like has like a shit mood whenever I'm not around.
Dude, that's some psycho shit right there.
You haven't seen that?
No.
The algorithm recommended me that like a few
Wait,
times.
what?
Where'd you see this on Twitter?
On IG.
Really?
So
Yo, IG Reels are fire.
So, yeah, basically this guy's like every time, I mean, he's joking, obviously, but he's saying that every time that his girl, every time that he leaves town for work, whatever, he will switch out his girl who lives with him, I guess, like her coffee bags with decaffeinated coffee so that she feels like shit.
But how do you do that unnoticed?
I mean,
why
it
is he
looks
trying to make
the
her feel
same.
like shit?
Like the bag will be different.
No,
Yeah,
no, 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 no.
right?
Like he takes the bag. He takes out the coffee that's
For
in
what
it
though?
because her mood's gonna be bad the whole week when he's gone.
Oh, when he's gone.
So it makes no. I know why.
Sorry
he
for
does it.
explaining
I
this
just the
bad, yeah.
logic of it, the logistics of switching the coffee beans seems insane.
But I mean, the whole thing is
Yeah,
kinda
but then
fucked
like,
up.
but then you
Let alone the
imagine
act of switching your girl's coffee.
yo, but imagine you're just drinking decaf coffee for a week unknowingly, and you just think it's normal.
Yeah, with
and-
placebo.
Yeah,
But you do feel like shit.
and then you feel like shit,
And then your boyfriend.
and then your boyfriend comes back and he switches the coffee, and you start to feel good again.
I didn't know the walls were that thin.
This is like really well brewed.
Anyways,
I was holding the stick like a cigarette.
Oh, bro, I wish we could
Eastern
smoke
European
cigars in this
breakfast, bro.
building.
Espresso and cigs.
I'm actually sad that we're like living in the 21st century and we can't whip out a cigar right now.
I have a story about cigarettes from Albania, actually.
Oh,
going on?
what? Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear
I'll
it.
drop in a story after
Good
this.
start.
I had
bro.
a big when it's super dry out and like Albania's kind of desert climate type
Yeah.
thing.
Albania's desert climate?
Almost.
Really?
Yeah, like in the south especially, it's very flat and it's just sand type thing. Like it's not
Yeah.
the Sahara, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, it's
yeah,
still
yeah.
dry. So when it gets dry out, I get like bad nosebleeds. And then
Oh,
so
same,
this
bro.
time it would not stop. And then everyone instinctively was like, "Yo, get this man a cigarette." What they taught me is if your nose is bleeding, you smoke a cigarette and exhale through your nose. It cauterizes where the nosebleed's coming from. This shit stopped in 5 seconds. Dude,
That's crazy.
2 drags. Dude, I puff,
That's crazy.
puff, exhale, puff,
No, like-
exhale, it's done.
Like it makes sense.
It's done.
Like if I for some reason was thinking about things that way, I would also like be like, oh, like that would work. But like the fact that like that's their thing is like
It's their thing, and then
it's
you
crazy.
go into any Albanian's car, you look in the center console. I guarantee you, it's packed with cigarettes just for that reason.
Really, bro? Nosebleeds everywhere.
Straight up.
nosebleeds.
actually
That's a
sick,
great. That's a great.
That's the only like.
very
that's,
convenient.
that's the knowledge I wish I got to have, bro. Like that cultural knowledge, bro.
The way in which like cigars and even cigarettes are starting to like become like culturally like low key cool again, like is so ass for me because like I'm like damn, like it's still fucked up, but like
Yeah.
I'll
Like,
enjoy a cigar once in a while though. That's different.
yo, but even cigarettes now are becoming more like where I'd be like,
I feel like it's just us aging though.
Is it normal?
Straight up.
no, I think the culture's changing a little bit.
Wait, what was normal? What was it?
There's the camera just turned off.
Wait.
Battery?
No, it's just probably we are. It's probably just it's on, bro. But the screen is on, bro. It was tweaking earlier, bro. I was asking for me to set up its fucking It was asking me to set up what time zone I was in, bro. That's what I was saying, bro. No, it's okay. We don't need it.
We're just streaming it for like.
I think Hadi's saying it's no, I think Hadi's saying it's not even streaming to it. Oh wait, yeah, you already saw it, yeah. Damn, bro. Anyways, have any wives in your life?
Haven't found the right one.
But you're looking?
Hmm?
Have you been looking?
Not really, to be honest. I got friend zone once, like since breaking up with my ex, but
Damn.
that's it.
Damn. Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
Just been grinding, bro.
pretty much. But
I can tell, bro. Your forearms are huge, bro.
over the winter, I challenged myself starting 2 years ago. Over the winter when I'm not working, I would gym every day.
That's good, bro.
Yeah. So I
That's
go
sick.
rock climbing, and then I finished it off with
You rock climb?
calisthenics.
Do you
Yeah.
still rock climb like
Yeah,
consistently?
every day.
Every day?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Like my fingertips are.
Oh shit! Yeah, I can see it, bro.
Yeah,
Where do you
this
go?
one-
Altitude?
I go altitude.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You have to. No fucking way, bro. I haven't been. I used to. Graham. You remember Graham Jaworski, right?
Yeah.
He and oh, here you go, buddy. Just take it. Just take it, bro. Take my phone. Just take my phone. No, it's there. It's right there. But yeah, yo, we started rock climbing like in the summer, bro, and I went every single day for like a couple weeks, bro. But I definitely actually that guy over there who's walking right now, I rock climbed with him.
Looks like a climber.
Oh yeah, he's a
Looks like
coder,
a
bro.
Climber, yeah.
Computer scientists, man. They all rock climb for some reason, bro.
Dude, at the climbing gym, I met one of my old Robert Borden teachers.
What? No way.
Yeah.
Like who?
He recognized me from across the gym, and then he walked up to me. He's like, "Yo, long shot.
Who?
Did you go to Robert Borden? One of the subs from my French class.
A sub.
A sub."
Holy shit.
And then he goes, "I remember you because you're the like he said you're the fucking kid that ate his test. Like while I was handing
You ate his
I
test?
ate the test.
What the fuck? Bro, high
And
school
Dushan did, and Mason did too. And then he like caught us eating our test, and then he like sent. He didn't catch me, but he caught them. So
Oh
he
no,
sent them in
teacher,
the
my
hallway.
friend ate my homework. I can't do it.
But yeah, no. Now I'm super chill with him.
That's actually insane.
He's a full-time teacher at Woodruff now.
No way.
Yeah.
Holy shit, bro.
Are you chill with him?
Yeah, I'm chill, dude.
Yo,
like,
yo, talking about being like chill with like adults, like as in like 35-year-old plus.
one thing you'll realize as soon as you get out of school is the only people you meet are 40-year-old men.
I have not realized.
I've actually
I still am
experienced
in
this.
school, so.
I've
You're
actually
still in
experienced
school.
it.
You
Yeah,
haven't
yeah.
noticed yet.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why, like, when you say, "Have you met any girls?" I don't meet girls.
I meet women. I meet moms. No, I actually
That's
experienced the same
reality
thing.
of it.
When you're
Yeah, is that
anywhere
true?
but
Because
school-
in school it's like 50-50.
No, but when you're at work, bro, like it's only old
in
people.
school, you're around it, like, and it's not so much like. It's more you just meet people out of your age range. Like
Oh,
I've got
yeah.
friends that are 35, 40, and that's normal to me. You know what I mean? And then they come to me and they're like, "Yo, you're as old as my child."
Yeah, yo, I see the same thing, bro. Like at the work, it was only old people. Like,
Yeah.
and I was just thinking, like, oh yeah, like we probably make up the vast, like we don't make like a big majority of the population.
No.
Like they're like 20-year-olds are like pretty much nothing. Most people are like so old, especially because of the boomers, bro.
But it's not even that. It's more like the people that are actually like getting somewhere in life. You know what I mean? Like, I
What,
don't
you
want to
think
say
they're
the
the
people.
You're saying they're older?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like
Elon.
you obviously want to establish yourself and be friends with people that are either,
Well-
stronger, more smart, or
Yeah. But also I get that in a sense because when you're younger, you have most of the time you have not very much pressure to
Yeah.
have your shit together. Like I said, like in university, you can slack off. Let you know, right?
I
Oh
wouldn't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Well, because your parents pay for it a lot of time.
Ha,
Or
not me.
scholarship.
Was that?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Well, either way, point is somebody's paying for your life a lot of time.
Mhm.
Like, I know
Someone's tax money is paying for our education.
my parents' tax money's paying for your education.
Yeah, right.
and Justin Trudeau's vacation.
Oh, right.
Yeah, for his vacation.
Here's the thing as well is why I'm like excited for this this discussion is I think we've all three walked very different paths of life, but we've reached the same sort of conclusions.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the thing we.
That's really I've
I think so.
had that with other people, and it's always the most interesting conversations. Like
Yeah.
like it's the most mind blowing thing. Yeah.
Like I think, especially for people with like more of an entrepreneurial mindset, everyone has a different story, but they all reach like similar sort of thoughts.
Yeah, that's true for a lot of entrepreneurs. I know that to be true. A lot of entrepreneurs talk about that when they meet other entrepreneurs. It's like that. But yeah, I mean, we did ask you here because we thought it would be interesting to chat with you either way. So,
Yeah.
so,
And of course, we wanted to ask you about your entrepreneurship and hear about how it's been going with your company, man.
Yo, but first, did you buy a Cybertruck or no?
My dad did.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Dead ass.
Oh yeah, so bro, this guy told me the car. I'm gonna ask if he bought a Cybertruck, and I thought he was just like chatting
Yeah,
shit,
my
bro.
dad got it.
No fucking way. Like,
he
have you
hasn't-
seen
He
it?
hasn't put the money down yet because they haven't asked for it. But day 2 of it, like when the glass broke, that's when he ordered it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
remember.
that long
I
ago.
remember you. I remember being with you in the library with like some other people,
Yeah.
and you were just like, "Yeah, like we're putting the money down."
Do you have the? Is it coming or is it like?
I don't know, dude. My dad paid I think at that time it was $150 to get your spot in line.
Yeah.
Refundable. It's like nothing.
150.
I remember. Yeah. I remember it being
Wow.
like
It
laughably
was
not
stupid,
nothing. Yeah.
but-
yeah.
And now what is it like?
Well, now you have to pay for the truck.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
back
insane.
then, because I checked for the Roadster right now, it's like $50K. I'm pretty sure down, but
Yeah.
nobody knows when. I mean that you can't even on their webpage. You can't even get to the Roadster. Like unless you directly search for it, you can't even.
It's a fake vehicle.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't exist.
They cover-
except for one video of it accelerating.
Well, they had like, yeah, they had it, but
I've seen them though.
the Roadster. So they had it at the
Have you guys seen Roadsters?
no. I'm talking about the new Roadster.
Oh, the new one.
They
Okay,
had
yeah,
it like
yeah.
back in like 2017, I think. but-
Yeah.
The old one's actually based on my car.
So yeah, you have the Lotus, right?
Lotus?
Which is
Yeah.
which is the Roadster.
Wait, is Lotus not electric? Is it?
No.
So-
but Tesla took
yeah.
a Lotus Elise, which is what I have,
Mhm.
and then they just yeah. And then they
Bro, that's why. But this guy was like, "Why did you drive your guest?" I was like, "Bro, he drives a Lotus, man. Like what?"
But-
Ow, bro! It's a fucking Lotus.
In the coupe?
truck here, but
That's what I figured. Yeah, I'm like, it's winter
the
time.
Cybertruck here.
but yeah, they took that.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
pretty much took all of the gas stuff out of it,
Yeah.
stretched it 6 inches to fit the battery. They put the
Oh,
battery.
I didn't
in,
know they
and then-
stretched it.
Yeah, they
Really?
stretched it.
Okay.
And a company called Hennessy actually also built a car based on the Lotus Elise.
Really?
They also stretched it, put a massive engine in it, and created the world's fastest car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which was
Yeah.
what?
Which is 270 miles an hour.
No, what was the fastest
Oh, it's
car?
called the Venom GT, I think.
Yeah, I think
I don't know enough about cars.
Yeah.
So
it's just a small
yeah, so
company.
basically like
I see.
this is I don't know that much about cars either, but like I understand Lotus is like a pretty like legendary like kind of an iconic
Yeah.
like vehicle. I mean, it's just been I don't know, it's just like been like so versatilely used like in the past like 2 decades.
Someone counted it. The Lotus Elise has been the basis for 9 cars.
Wow.
9 different cars.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Including well, it's also been the basis for fucking Tesla as a company.
That's
so, like,
true. That's true
That
as
was
well.
yeah.
Interesting.
Mine's 97. Yeah.
Yo, Hadi, eyes on the stream, eyes on the stream.
Oh my
Look
god.
up Series 1 Elise, you'll find my car.
I actually wish we had a Hadi cam again,
The
bro. So we
Hadi
could
cam.
show.
Bro, we had a few
Hadi
podcasts where we
cam.
literally set up a fucking face
Yeah.
and we like put it into the stream.
Hadi cam, bro.
This is so funny.
This is why we need to get the Jamie setup, bro.
So,
like, oh
Jamie, pull that up.
Yeah, Jamie, pull that
Tesla
up.
Roadster, yo, put it up.
That's actually so
So
hype.
what year were they making the original Tesla Roadster? Just the first.
They
was it
started
like
in. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm a Tesla. They
Was it
started,
like-
you know what I mean?
was
I
it
hate
like-
electric. I'm not
was it
gonna
like
pretend
09?
I'm a
Oh,
Tesla.
really?
Yeah, fair
You know
enough.
what I
It's
mean?
08,
like
like
07,
was it like
08.
09? Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Really?
yeah, fair
Yeah,
enough.
it's
Then
08,
like
07,
was it like
08.
09? Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Really?
yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough.
It's
Then
08,
like
07,
was it like
08.
09? Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Really?
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Then
It's
like
07,
was it like
08.
09? Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Bro, it was a sexy car, man. I remember seeing you pull up in it one time, and I was like,
Thank
holy
you.
shit. And then we drove by your house one time, going to Ben Klein's, and the only reason I recognized it was because I saw the green Lotus, and I was like, holy
Wait,
shit,
what?
that's
You
Alban's
drove
house.
My house is on a cul-de-sac.
Oh wait,
That's
no. No, I think Eric drove me to your house.
Oh,
We tried to get you, bro.
what?
We were like,
Dude,
Alban,
I
come
don't know
outside,
about
bro.
this.
We were like, Alban, come outside. We tried to call you,
What?
bro.
When?
I don't know, like 2 winters ago.
What?
me and Eric were listening to like rock music. And we were like, bro, we gotta get Alban right now.
What?
And you were just busy, I guess.
I don't. This is the first time hearing of it.
Well, yeah. We were. I think we were just in your house, just rocking to like
You were
heavy
in
metal.
My house?
No, in front of it.
We were in your room, yeah.
We were driving the Lotus. We were trying to.
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
breaking in.
Yeah. But yeah, bro.
Oh my god.
How did you
Yeah.
even get that car, man? Like, where did you even find it?
Auto Trader.
What is that?
Real.
It was actually the first Lotus I've ever seen.
And you were just like, that's my
Yeah,
car.
and it's similar story with me moving to Ottawa. The first time I've been to Ottawa was
similar
when I was
story
moving
with
here.
me
moving.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Tell us about that.
Well, that's crazy. You didn't even know
Well,
about it.
What year was this? Like
17.
17.
Wait, what?
17 I moved.
Yeah.
Where were you before?
Toronto.
Oh,
York.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were chilling, bro. You give me Toronto vibes.
Do I?
No, not like Toronto mans.
Okay, I was
But-
about to say we're
okay.
gonna have a problem.
No, not like yo. How does it go?
Wagwan fam
If you left your mom's in the
waste you.
hood,
Yo, nice your beak fam.
You're six to
No.
my stomach,
Okay.
fam.
I've like been in Toronto like recently,
Dude,
and like
I
it's
knew
not.
girls
It's,
that talk like that too.
there's
No way.
there's
bro.
a lot of like like white like business, regular
was in-
people in
Uh-huh.
Toronto, like
Yeah,
like you know what I
yeah.
mean, like
Mm.
yeah. So it's just to be clear, this is what I'm referring to, like
Mhm.
give me that kind of like that
You're
business.
saying you're rich.
I was
like down to earth type shit.
Here's the thing. I moved. The area I was in Toronto was. I moved there.
Like you could work for a bank and I wouldn't be surprised. Is basically what I'm saying. Like a nice little big investment bank.
We moved there in the area was called Leaside, North Leaside, and we were like the only blue collar people there. It was insane.
Damn.
And I remember,
What the fuck am I saying?
but we bought like before all of the bankers and. We
Okay.
bought in Toronto before that area got super wealthy. Basically,
Okay.
is what I'm trying to
see.
say.
So
And
who was there? If you're saying you're the only blue collar people there,
teachers? We lived next to like sick kids hospital.
Okay.
So it was a bunch of like I swear my neighbor was a brain surgeon.
okay,
Like
Oh.
that type of crowd. You know what I mean?
good influences for a young kid.
Yeah. Their
Mhm.
their kids were assholes.
but
It was also like to give you a perspective on like the level of wealth in this neighborhood was I did not like Porsche for the longest time because they were too common.
Damn.
That's the type like of crowd we're talking. But yeah, I'm glad I'm out of that.
Oh, these basic cars, man. Only this
Literally,
Porsche
it was that.
911.
It
I'm
was
so
that.
tired of it. Ugh, that's
And-
crazy, bro.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm out of there. I didn't like it there.
okay.
Yeah.
So how did you end up in Ottawa?
So my family on my mom's side's in Quebec. We wanted to be as close to Quebec without being in Quebec, which is
Yeah.
we're on the border.
Right on,
so-
right on.
Yeah.
That's
Makes
that.
sense. Makes sense.
Okay. And then you fucking pulled up to our school in grade 9,
Yep.
and yeah, we didn't talk that much though in high school to be real.
I didn't talk to many people. I
Yeah.
don't think. Like I went paintballing with Mason, Tyler, Cole, and I literally went around my gym class the first day. I'm like, yo, we should go paintballing.
Really?
Yeah, and then we went paintballing, and that's how I
hype.
met Mason.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
To be fair though, there was like COVID, and then you just went to co-op and like disappeared.
That's
effectively
true.
Off the face of this. Our school.
Yeah, I do remember that. I remember like seeing you all around a lot, and then like I didn't see you in school
I
after
did.
grade 10.
I think in total I did 6 or 8 credits of co-op. I can't remember.
Wow.
I
really?
did like
Yeah, you were
The last-
With your company?
the last like 2 months were.
I see.
There's a story with it,
Oh, my fault.
Damn, bro.
but
We can still hear you.
do I continue?
Yeah. We
Okay.
can still hear you.
So it was as soon as like those. I'm sure. Did you guys do co-op?
No.
You did.
What? Really?
Okay, if you did a co-op, then you know how Zubrin like forced you to make a presentation for like Barbie's career class or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how
Oh,
I found out
shit.
about it, and like a light bulb went off in my mind. I'm like, yo, you're telling me I can get credits for not being in school? So
Great deal.
That's what I did. I was hooked, and yeah, and then I, developed a relationship with Zubrin, and I guess I was his
Bro, having a relationship
like I
with
was his
Zubrin is,
favorite
like,
co-op student, I
it's
guess.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you use your photo on the wall, on the co-op wall?
There's a co-op wall.
Yeah. I don't know.
If you put it up, I don't know about it, but
We haven't
No.
been in a long time, bro.
I-
How do you think your high school experience was in comparison to everybody else?
if I could have dropped out, I would have.
Really?
I was never one for school.
Why do you say
Never.
that?
Like
Really?
I literally starting grade 11, I would email all my teachers in the first day of whatever class it was, and I would tell them, email me a list of the assignments I need to do with the grades I need to get. That's all I'm doing.
Damn.
And they would email me back the list too, and they would just so any assignment that wasn't on that list, they would just be like, "Cool, I don't need to."
Yeah, damn. Just skip it, bro.
That's why I was like
Wow.
B and C
That's-
student. That's it.
Damn, you were like a real OG on this like straight
Yeah.
to work stuff.
And
Wow.
my mom was. I told my mom I wanted to drop out. She said, "I'm not having a son without a high school diploma." So
She said,
I finished it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Right on.
So, you talked about you mentioned that we all like you're saying that we all walked different paths, and I want to know how that's been for you for the past 2 years.
What
Like,
do you
how do you
mean?
think? What?
What is this?
Okay.
So like, what did I say?
I know. I was like, this guy's laughing at us. I was like, what the fuck?
Hadi's on
Producer
some
Hadi,
shit.
bro. He had.
Yo, Jamie, snipe him.
Sniper. But yeah, bro. Like, how do you think the past 2 years has been, and have you ever thought about like going into post-secondary education?
Technically, I am, but I wouldn't call it that. Like, I'm obviously doing the real estate license.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
I would not call that post-secondary, dude.
Yeah.
You pay $2,000, they give you slideshows, and then you read through them, do an exam, and then you're on to the next one.
Yeah.
Like, you do it at your own pace. You do it whenever. It's not school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I remember you telling me about this, and I was wondering like how do you think that's gonna like change your trajectory with your I'm forgetting the word, the carpentry
It's roofing.
or just roofing.
Yeah, just specialty. I'm technically a carpenter by trade,
Yeah.
but I do roofing as well. So
Okay.
I'm licensed for both.
Nice. Wow.
It's the real estate. Honestly, I did it with no intention of being an agent. I am
Okay.
doing it just because I want to get into developing houses.
Oh wow.
So if I could save the commission's usually 2.5%. If I can save 2.5% of whatever the sale price is when I buy or sell, sure, I'll take it.
Oh, that's interesting. Like
So-
because you're an agent, you can get that.
Yeah,
commission
I
off
can
the things you
represent
say.
myself.
Oh,
That's the
sick.
only reason I'm doing it.
Yeah, we were actually.
That's actually
watching-
super calculated, man. That's
Yeah, we
that's
were watching
incredible.
a pod. Bro, my phone.
Damn. No,
Actually
it's
clearing up coffee. We were watching a. I don't know if you watched this part, but we were watching a podcast with. They were talking about like the 2.5% on either end. How it's like
Yeah.
it basically costs 5% to cop a house.
5% on the seller's end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I'm selling $1 million house, 5% is 50 grand. That's
Yeah.
So this is the other thing is that like, yes, like there's rich people, but also like houses are just like over $1 million
Yeah.
now whatsoever. So you're saying it's on because I guess if you're selling a house, you pay the agent who represents you and the agent
pay
who
both typically.
who represents
Yeah.
the buyer.
Okay. But
Okay,
now
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
gonna be
So now you
you
just
and
buy the
the
agent
So
buyer.
now it's
versus
just
the
going to
buyer.
be I only have to pay one part of that.
Yeah.
Or if I find my own buyer for my own house, I pay nothing.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I
So-
see.
There's that as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
That is
That's super
calculated. Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So That's why when they're
Who are you getting mentorship from? Like, how did this cross your mind?
my mom's an agent.
Okay.
For
I
this
see.
particular reason, my parents have
Wow.
my parents flipped houses, and then my mom, she retired from real estate when
Yeah.
we moved. So
That's
I'm
actually a
doing that
crazy
now.
setup. Don't get me wrong. Or correct me if I'm wrong. Is your father? It was your father's business for roofing initially,
Yeah,
right?
it still is.
I see. Still is.
We're
Okay.
partners in it, and I've also got a third business partner. That way, it's just simpler for tax.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. I thought you would taken it over.
Semi. My dad's still keeping an eye over things.
Yeah, of course.
Make sure
Of
I
course.
don't.
Of course.
He told me as well, like, with this, like when he handed me the company credit card, he's like, if I catch you in a brand new car tomorrow, consider your entire life a ruin.
Damn.
So I'll consider that tough love.
Yeah.
No, nah, tough love is if you buy the car and then you're like, it becomes a
Tough love-
ruin, bro.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
gonna
this is
figure
just
out
the
what
one.
tough
Yeah,
is
yeah,
real
yeah.
quick.
Actually, crucifies
Bro's
you
going,
after that.
bro's going straight to university after that.
My dad was actually super against university too.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Well, because he didn't do it.
And I
then-
see.
He shares the same view that I do of a university diploma, unless you absolutely need it, is
Yeah.
just a piece of paper.
Yeah, I appreciate you texting me and being like, "Yo, why are you in business school, bro?
That's why it's
Do entrepreneurship." Yeah,
It surprised me.
I was happy about that. I appreciate.
Don't worry,
that.
Alban. I said the
That's
same
some real,
thing to him, bro.
Some real shit.
It surprises me.
Yo, no, but it's different when you do because you're in university.
Bro,
Well, yeah, but I'm a serial business degree shitter, bro.
Here's what.
But
I
again,
tell,
but it's sorry.
No,
It's
it's
of
fine.
your. It's like you're biased because it's like of your like culture.
I'm
to
like
shit on
the
business
opposite
degrees.
because now I'm like no, you gotta be even more in university.
I
like,
know,
you're
but
further away.
no, but I'm saying like all of your kind shits on like my schooling, which is fine. But like,
All of your
nonetheless,
kind.
but like nonetheless, like Alban was just doing it like out of like his own accord, bro. You just fucking have listened to like content your whole life, which is fine because I did too. That is like
You're
oh,
bad. You're bad.
Fuck business school. You know what I mean?
I mean, like you're just like
Anyways.
STEM is just like they just have girthier
Yes, I
dicks.
understand.
Like,
let
I
me
just-
let me
Okay,
tell
no,
you
that's
both.
fair.
Let me tell you both this, and this is my view of why I don't like university.
Hello.
You know,
Test.
every time I meet someone that's like, "Yo, why didn't you do university?" I tell them this: when
Yeah.
you want to truly learn something, what do?
Oh well,
You
experience
figure it out yourself.
Yes,
You
experience it.
find people that are in the field. You
Yeah.
Google. You watch YouTube
Yeah,
videos.
yeah.
You do everything in your power to learn every inch of that. Why
do
do
it.
you need a school to tell
Test.
you it when you don't want to
Yeah,
learn?
yeah.
I actually
That's
love
it.
I love that you ask questions and put me on the spot, bro. I always get so flustered when people do that to me, but I need to get better at it, bro.
Is that a tough question?
It's not a tough question, but I'm just like, oh my god, what do I say? What do I say? I get like
It's-
scared.
I don't
you're right.
think that, and especially our generation, is people get into school for the wrong reasons. Like
Yeah.
you mentioned before, before the camera was rolling, you went
Yeah.
into med for the money. That's not the right reason to do it, and you realized it, right?
Yeah.
You realized it wasn't the right reason, so you switched it after.
Mhm.
But a lot of people don't switch,
Yes.
and
So
then they
true.
end up doing. You said it was 12 years.
Yeah.
That's 12 years and however many thousands of dollars to get this degree
Yeah.
that they're never gonna use.
Yeah.
Well, unless they become doctors, of course.
But a doctor that I don't want a fucking doctor that doesn't like being a doctor. Are you kidding me?
So
Yeah,
somebody
absolutely,
can be
absolutely.
great at their job and have a responsibility and still do it for the money. I think most people are gonna do their job for the money.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't want my doctor. I don't actually care if my doctor likes doing surgery. I care that he has a good track record doing surgery.
We were actually talking
fair.
about this. I was talking about this with my friend earlier today in terms of education, and actually, I do agree with the. I think that the idea of like hyper standardized education is actually the most inefficient way to do it in terms of like quality per the individual. But like I wouldn't want to frankly I feel like half the stuff that these people learn in med school aren't even applicable. Well, okay,
Testing
no,
again.
actually maybe I'm
Testing
tripping.
again.
But what I meant to say though is that I'm actually having such a brain fart, bro. I need more coffee. What I'm trying to say though is that the like most of the time through the process, the things that the people learn, especially if they don't want to do it, like
Are you for real or not?
like they'll get axed
Hadi.
because they're not really good enough to do it. I feel like to a certain extent, if you're not super passionate about something, unless you're a genius, if you're not like an actual genius, if you're not super passionate about something, you'll never actually go 100% through it.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll actually see doctors that would be like semi shit and hate their job because like they wouldn't even make it through the process. But I think that's not a good thing. That's like a symptom of the fact that all this is so standardized, and I think that's actually a pretty big issue.
Yeah.
As well.
So wait, what are you saying?
I'm saying
about
like
standardization.
I'm saying like it doesn't elicit like. It doesn't necessarily elicit high quality education for the individual, like in terms of retention of the information you're sharing. If the object is to get a bunch of high GPAs and resume stacks, all that stuff is not necessarily applicable for actual skills in the medicine. In medicine,
It's more about actually just testing that people are of a high caliber. So like for example, like and the bar is low in terms of what is kind of required of you in daily life. So like for example, in university, it's like if you are just more let's say, I don't know, sharp just like as a person, like, you know, you wake up on time, like you do your work, like I don't know, your brain is working, like you're awake, whatever, like you're good with people, you're kind to people, whatever, and consistently,
yes.
you're going to get higher grades, right? As an employer, then I know that you're going to show up to work, because how else would you have gotten your grades if you weren't showing up to school? There's no good way that I can know.
Like that.
Was that?
I know people that are like that they just show up to school once a week and they still manage to get their like 90 something.
Right. So that's
Yeah,
a
I do
testing
that.
problem, and this is how we get fucking doors and flying off of planes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
straight up, bro. Bro, and that's about to happen so much with these Chat GPT coders and doctors.
Yeah. So it's a standard of education that is falling,
Yeah.
because they're not being held to a high enough
I
standard.
also think the whole meaning of education is being lost. Like, just again, one thing that comes with which I was blessed with when I bought the car is I joined, like, you know, I go to car events, I do all of this type of thing, and then I meet people that are successful. All of them said the exact same thing. When they see a resume, they do not look at qualification, or well, qualification like a diploma.
Yeah.
All they look at is actual like real world experience, and then they get them in for an interview, and the face to face is how they gauge whether they want to hire someone or not.
Yeah.
So
No, I agree. It's something I've been encountering in my own life. Like the only reason for a degree for me is because of the credibility. Andrew and I have been like historically.
Well, this is because you're saying that it doesn't matter to these.
But what
SMB.
credibility?
No, it's only in
So
extreme
it's
situations. Like if I'm
Not
trying to build planes and I don't have an engineering like an accredited engineering degree, I literally can't be an engineer.
Well, it depends
but it's only that specific case.
If the plane company has 10 employees, then you'll be fine. But the difference is you're talking about SMBs, like small and medium businesses, versus like
Not even one of them.
like a large corporation.
No, I'm talking about all of them. Like, regardless, you need. It's literally because if I want to sign off on my own designs, I have to have a PEng.
Yeah, so
if I didn't need certification, I would try to avoid.
So there's certification, but like, okay, let's just put, because theoretically, you could probably get certified somehow without doing like education. Like, let's just assume
You can't.
Okay, but my point is like this is kind of like this is sort of aside from the. Would you agree?
No, what I'm trying to say is that what I'm trying to say is that I agree with what you're saying about education. I actually think there's a better way to get more value and more experience faster on your own. And the only reason I'm doing it is because there's physical barriers in my way.
You're saying this is why I'm
it.
doing it.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
But here's what I'll say, and going back to like the plane door flying off thing, right? And same with you, that if you want to be an engineer, you need a degree for engineering, right? Someone I know is the head of like a pretty big welding sort of aluminum welding company. When he hires someone, he might look at a degree, but when they come in, the first thing he does before an interview is he has them weld like a 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter box, just so he can physically look at the quality of the work. You know what I mean? Because that's, at the end of the day, you're getting hired to do this work.
Yeah.
So why would it? I can pass welding school as well, but if I forget it all, or
Yeah.
something happens and I can't weld the box, why would I get hired and then
Exactly.
fired straight after?
I like that. Literally beating around the bush, bro.
Yeah.
Weld.
He's like, weld this box, and then he looks at it, and if he likes
Yeah.
what he sees, then he interviews the person for their attitude.
Bro, imagine like preparing
That's
for
proper.
a Tesla interview, bro. You walk in, he's like, bro, build me a car right now.
Elon
Well, I
Musk
think they
as
do
well said he
every-
doesn't look at degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, he says that, but when you look at their hiring page,
So
he
it's-
actually
but
does.
again, it's different. Once you're,
which makes me
but
feel
again,
like
it's
shit.
different. Like once you're actually there, like once you've passed some sort of filter,
Mm.
which a filter might not exist in a less known company because it's going to have less
Yeah.
employees kind of fiending for a job there,
Mhm.
unlike something like a Tesla or like a big kind of well-known logo. But that's true. Like I don't know, we're in the tech space, and we know that all these companies, like kind of classically, like historically, it's well known that they also have like their own kind of tests where they try
Yeah.
to sort of amalgamate some sort of process to
Yeah,
try to
just
kind of test, are you like
code
actually an
hards.
idiot or not
Yeah.
beforehand, which is just in general, like I think we're sort of talking about like the fact that clearly the systems that are in place to like
They're not enough.
make shit work, like they're not fucking working.
Yeah.
Straight
And that's
up.
unfortunate because like this is costing a lot of money, and like this
Mhm.
is inefficient as fuck. So like the fact that a company even says in the first place like, okay, thank you Harvard, but like, yo, somehow you're so shit that like we still need to set up our own test
Mhm.
beforehand.
Right.
So it's like I know like when I apply to jobs,
Very good
even when I was
point.
applying to university, like for example, I was applying to Shopify, and they had me doing all of the like just like even before they give me the application,
Yeah.
they have you doing all of these like brain games and whatnot. They're trying to test your aptitude.
Trying to find your IQ rating.
Yeah,
bro.
they're trying to find your IQ rating. Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
And I think
because clearly Robert Borden's grade is not gonna mean shit to them.
and I think as well that it's criminal what the schools are doing, because they're still with all of these, like the schools know this is happening, right? But then
Yeah.
they still instill that they still have people bending over backwards to be like valedictorian or to do all of these
Yeah.
criteria that are like, yo, you want to put yourself apart, you got to do like all of this, you got to join like these school clubs, you got to do XYZ to differentiate yourself.
Yeah, and there's a game to be played, but it's not producing what society necessarily
Yes.
needs.
Like yeah, I absolutely agree. The reflection of these criteria that they want you to follow, it's all trying to, like, it's as you said earlier, like companies look at numbers or they look at stats and they are they're implicating a bunch of other things, whether it be, you have to show up on time at work. That's a classic example. Like you got a degree, so you can prove to me that you show up on time and you do this, etc., to get that value. But like, frankly, like nowadays, it doesn't really represent it even in a good light. Like as you said, bro, there are people who just straight up. I'm one of those people who actually skip class a lot, and then I just like efficiently do it on my own beforehand, cram whatever, and spend my time doing things that I actually find valuable. And it's just really playing the game. Like it's become a lot easier to cheat the system, and especially now with ChatGPT, like I know people talk about it a lot, but like when you're actually in the ground, you see, especially in computer science, where iteration is the most valuable thing for your skill building. I see most of the coders that I know just use ChatGPT, and for the hours that they could be spending learning how to straight up code, they've actually become terrible programmers as a result. Like if they did Elite Code Hard, if they did one of these tests, in fact, I literally did someone's co-op interview coding problem. Like they got an IBM coding problem, and they're like, "Yo, John, I know how to do this. Can you do this for me?" I'm like, "What the fuck?"
You're a coder, code.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, do it. And then I did it, bro. I did it for him, bro. I hope he got the job, bro.
Nice. I would have let him out to dry, dude.
For me, it was an ego thing, because if he got it right, and then I'd be like, "Yo, guys, I got my friend this job, bro." But yeah, like it's super unfortunate that this is how it plays out, where like now everybody is fighting for these like status games that don't even accurately predict how capable all these people are. And even with valedictorians as well in Canada, you can have a valedictorian thing without even being the smartest person. You could just it's a popularity contest, pretty much. And obviously, some people are smart. They're going to like be nuanced about it. But overall, there's so many things that you can add to your resume that could sound like so much, but it could be such a waffle. And it really sucks that for most of my time in all this mess for a career and building resumes, I've been more and more incentivized to lie and cheat my way to the top because everybody else is doing it. It's just like in COVID, bro. When they inflate the grades, everybody's cheating, everybody's waffling.
Well,
I
it
can't
wasn't even
try.
inflate the grade. It was your grade phically couldn't drop. That was
Oh, well,
that was such a big misstep.
Oh yeah, I remember.
That was great.
So
That
I
was
remember
great.
all of the people who are graduating,
Yeah.
the people who are 2 years older than me, in March posting their IG like, I graduated. Like it was like unironic. Like they're like, yeah,
I graduated.
but they did graduate in March.
Yeah.
Bro never did
And
calc.
That's actually crazy. I saw that.
Going back to what you were saying, like with stuff that looks good on your resume, I don't know if you guys have seen all the memes that are like, yo, thanks for, like, we've considered your PhD in biology and we've accepted you for, like, this waiter position.
Yeah, I've seen that. Those are good, bro.
It's so jokes.
I appreciate your 10 years of experience in the medical
appreciate-
field.
yeah, literally.
You could be the manager of Papa John's. I've seen that,
That's
bro.
so
It's so
funny.
funny,
And
man.
especially
Oh
now
my
with
God.
being like, we've had all the presentations for go in STEM, we need STEM, we need STEM, we need STEM, and then there's
Yeah.
too many graduates for positions.
Yeah.
Now they're without
yeah.
a job.
There's a problem with maybe just people are not being communicated to correctly what
I was
kind of
just thinking
qualification they need to have, because there's this kind of anecdote about a
reading my
employer
mind right now.
who
It's crazy.
was that?
Yeah, I'm saying you're just reading my mind right now.
Bro, we
Like, I was
just
gonna say
we
that.
just consume the same shit.
Yeah.
There's basically an anecdote about like kind of engineering manager, searching through like 1,000 resumes, and then he's like, okay, 10 out of the 1,000
Yeah.
made it to kind of review.
Yeah.
We went to interview 2 people.
And one guy
And
got
we-
the job.
Nope, we hired nobody.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
We had to fill 5 positions and we hired nobody.
No, actually, in fact, we got a
Really?
referral from one of our friends, and it was the guy's son. So we're gonna hire him instead of these 40 qualified
Right, so there's an incentive to
individuals.
hire that person, but the point is that the specific detail that needs to be realized is that it's not like a market equilibrium. There's a
Yeah.
bar to be reached. It's like we would rather just hire nobody
Yeah.
than hire somebody who's underqualified.
Yeah.
And the people who are screaming that there's not enough demand for my job, there's not enough demand for my qualification, even though I was told to, like, they're just they're not. There's a delta between what they understood as where I need to get to be in that kind of range of demand, and where they actually need to be. So, like, for example, the kind of typical scenarios, there's so many software engineers, and it seems like all the code that needs to be written, which is just hundreds and hundreds of hours of code. There's also like this like stupid little saying, like 80% of the code in the world is not written, as in like it's just like sitting in like companies kind of docs to get like at some point executed.
Yeah.
It's like these people are just not at the caliber.
So would you let your children go to university?
I wouldn't force them to if they want to, sure.
Would you encourage that mindset?
The way university's going now, I would tell them that I don't see a point unless they want to be like a brain surgeon.
I see.
And here's the thing as well, right? And if you look far back in the history of like the school system and all of this, school was made to make employees, not employers.
Yeah, 100%.
So if no one's ever like, if school wanted to teach people how to be, if schools taught people how to be employers and how to sift through applicants, how to run your own company, how to do all of this, I think we'd be in a, well, I wouldn't say we'd be in a better spot because I don't have a crystal ball,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I just think that it's more conditioning people to be like a follower instead of a leader,
Yeah.
which is my
Oh,
main
100%.
issue with it. So if
100%.
I wanted to be a leader, so I was lucky that I had my father, but I had to look for other means than school because school wasn't going to do it.
That's something that's been
Yeah, I agree with you.
interesting that I've observed. Maybe this is going to be completely tangential, but what I've seen is, like, in terms of leadership. Actually, this is something I've been questioning myself. Do you think that being, like, quote unquote Sigma and like on your own path. Like, and I mean that genuinely. Like lone wolf starting
Deviating
your own branch.
from the
yes,
You'll
deviating.
buy my course.
Yeah. Do you think that it's better or worse than trying to be a leader in a pre-existing domain? For example, like at university, like I could be going on my own thing, or I could just be the best at all the things there. Do you think that's still a follower?
I believe that if you have the personality and mindset to be a leader, you should be a leader. If you don't, I know people that are very smart, but they just don't have I know that when it comes to if they need to fire someone, they wouldn't be able to do it. Like, you need to have a certain, there are different personalities for both. So I think you just need to figure out which one you are and go down that path. Because you can have a great life as a follower too. I'm not saying that. Like, one of the wealthiest people I know is a doctor. So
And you would say they're followers.
Well, he doesn't own his own firm.
Yeah, true.
He's a teacher. He's a professor for medical. He's in the system, but he makes a great living for himself.
Yeah. He's not a CEO.
Yeah, he's not a CEO, but
no generational wealth here, guys.
But he doesn't need to be. That's what I'm saying. Like, there are all kinds of different paths. You just got to find the one that's right for you. And I don't think that school's providing the tools for people to explore every path, which is, again, my problem with it.
Yeah. So how do you think that you're on the right path for yourself right now? Do you have an end goal in mind?
I'd say so. Yeah, I'd say I'm on the right path. At least the way things are going. Again, they say people switch careers 2-3 times in their lifetime.
Yeah.
So I could turn around. You might see me coming to UMed for UOttawa to be a doctor. Who knows?
I don't think so.
I
feel like your businesses will do well enough.
Thank you. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, again, I can't. If I had a crystal ball, I'd be a very rich man. So
of course. Do you have like a vision that you want to work up to though? Like a goal?
I have a lifestyle that I want to have.
Let's hear it, bro.
Well, the first things first is I never want to have to worry about paying a bill or any expenses. That's my main thing. And the second one is I don't want to be glued to any schedule.
Oh yeah.
I want to be able, if I need to take time to go do something, I can, free up that time slot and then I can go do something. It's more of a what are my priorities type of thing instead of I don't have a dollar figure that I want in my bank account. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
I just want to be, it's more time management and financial freedom is what I'm after.
What are those priorities for you?
I'd want to ideally own a property out in the middle of nowhere. That way I can have both. You know what I mean? Like, I can live in the city. I can also go out and enjoy my life.
Penthouse and the
Helicopter in. Yeah.
What'd you say?
You need the helicopter.
Dude, that's crazy because my dad tells me the exact same thing. Is like, if you want a helicopter, go get yourself a fucking helicopter.
Wait, what's that?
With the company credit card?
My dad's like, if not now, no. But he's like, you can have anything you want. You just got to go out and get it. The world has everything you want.
You just have to go out and get a line of credit from the bank.
Yeah,
right?
I just gotta go. I just gotta
right?
go commit
Nice.
I can commit insurance fraud. I could probably get a paycheck for that. But
Yeah, you want a helicopter? We can finance that for you. Talk to us later.
We know how to do that.
So John,
Yeah,
you're becoming
you'll
a banker, yeah?
Yeah. I got you.
You'll be back in school to become a doctor real soon after that, bro.
Crash the markets for you guys.
But no, it's just
We'll sell your loan to some local bank in some small town.
my goal. I don't have a specific goal. My lifestyle that I want to have is one of freedom.
Yeah, so you're the first person that in a kind of context of some kind of society around where we are, but you're probably the only person that actually sort of not surprised me for yourself, but like got me thinking about that when we talked last summer, because you were the first person who was talking to me about these like very basic, very simple thing.
Bro, your cup has been falling apart all day, bro.
You shot me with it.
That's crazy.
Because I remember we were all talking on our crazy ass
Duchenne
Duchenne video, and you had said you had basically said like, yeah, like I don't have like that many huge goals, like
No.
like, and it was interesting because I started to kind of come to realize the same thing over pretty much like when I went to university, and I think that part of it is like you have to actually like finish school and go and work to start to see how important like small things are. Like I remember John and I wanted to do a podcast at SRB in the summer, and I was at work from like 9 to 5 every day,
Yeah.
and I was like, well, I can't leave my job, and I was like,
Oh shit.
oh, like this is why
Yeah.
like this is actually like I can't leave, like this is actually a problem.
Yeah.
Yo, remember when
And-
we were supposed to do a podcast at SRB during the reading week?
Yeah, with Mr. Dolan and them.
Yeah, so it's like you start to like really like, because like when you're in school you can leave because you can like get your assignments online or whatever, like
And you don't really give a fuck.
and you don't give a fuck, right? And I was like, you don't think about these things
Yeah.
until, and then also like but at the same time, in terms of the bills thing, like again, you don't really think about it. Like
Yeah.
the first time is I wanted to start living like on my own dime when I first went to university, and I stopped now. Like my parents send me like $1,000 every month.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I wanted to live on my own
Rich.
dime, and, bro, like, I've never been low class.
Yeah.
But
it's
like,
hard.
like,
It's hard.
like
It's
I remember
genuinely
actually
hard.
being like, I remember being like towards like the end of university where like my little fund that I had for myself was like about like fully dried up, and I was like, I like was going to Walmart, and then I was like, oh, like these 5 chicken breasts have to last
Yeah.
a week. Like
Yeah.
that should actually, like, you know how people talk about like how
No,
like
no.
when they're like low class and their kids, they have like trauma from it because of like food insecurity and shit. Like I was like theoretically I could always like call my parents and like, but like that was kind of out of mind. Like I'm like, because I was
But
like
you don't want to do that.
in the, yeah, like I was theoretically like in that. That's true. Also, like even as an adult, like you just like
You don't
people,
wanna
like, I don't
rely
want
on
to I don't want to
people.
rely on my
Yeah.
parents, and
And,
and like I
to be
don't
blessed.
know, you could always like there's like clubs on school, like you can find a club that's having a pizza night on university any night, but like nonetheless, like I'm like that should actually like I still remember that moment, like I still think about it, I'm like
It's
that should
also-
actually fucking shocked me.
It's the feeling of, and now I pay my bills, like my own bills
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well,
yeah.
right? Like my car insurance, phone,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. And it's the feeling, especially for the first like 3 months, that's like back then my overhead. When I got my car, my insurance, well, because I was insured with my old provider. Back when I first put the money for the car, my insurance was $600 a month.
Damn.
Now it's nowhere near that.
Good.
But the feeling of if I don't have $600 in my account every month, I will like lose the privilege of driving freedom. It sinks in, and it's a real feeling of like, I don't want to say despair, but like,
Not straight up. It feels like.
Well,
that.
it's ironic because again, this sounds kind of weird because it's like, well, hold on, despair the fuck your time. Like when you're an adult, like this is just how shit works. But it's
Yeah.
like it just never occurred to me, and then I fucking learned.
yeah,
Like I remember I was so like I was done. Like this actually made me go fucking dark. Where I like after months and months, I'm like, wow, every single moment of joy that I've ever had, every single moment of like not stress in my life that I've ever had, if it was even it's just a
in the
feeling
back of your
even just
mind.
feeling of neutrality that I've ever had up to these like 19 years that I've lived my life, anytime that I was not completely in total dismay, was only occurring because my parents were fucking paying for my life.
yeah.
And because of all the work that they put in beforehand and just like generationing down and back and back and back and back and backstream, like if you actually do it on your own, like it's like
Oh, it's fucked.
It's
And now think about it. When you
inter-
have a
every
family, you
second.
have to pay for 2 more people at least. Like if you have kids,
yeah,
then you got to pay for.
they
your
made
kid.
it seem so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't complain about it. It's almost as if like they wanted to shield us from the terrors of the world.
But also it's like it's almost as if it was just fucking normal to them because
Yeah.
that's just how life works. And then we grow up and
We're
know,
naive
fucking,
and we're
Yeah.
like,
no,
we can
TikTok
go on
world.
vacation,
Yeah.
guys. Let's go. Like,
And of course, well, if you're a firm who's selling to consumers, it's in your interest to make them feel like money is no object.
exactly. You know, the lifestyle upgrade is a crazy creep. When I started my internship, like I think I was spending because like most of my life, I like honestly, I've been pretty minimal with materialism and funds. So like I remember a time where like I would be like, yo, you got me on like $3 for a junior chicken back in the day. I remember like there was a time in my life where like
Yeah.
I would see a like my dad would give me like $5 for the month, and I'd be like, all right, so like today, bro, I'm gonna buy a junior chicken, and the next week when I'm out with my friends, I'll get like a milkshake, bro. And then when I started working, like I got a huge spike, like a 3,000% increase in.
Dude, you feel
income.
so rich.
Yeah, and then I upgraded my
Feel
life,
rich
bro.
until you don't.
Exactly. Until you don't, bro. I went from spending like $100 a month to $3,000 a month.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my God, like imagine if I saved all that money, bro. And it's because like you spend a lot of your time. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's because like I was always like a little bit in the back of my mind worried about money. But then when I had the lifestyle creep, I'm like, shit, I got to upgrade my lifestyle. Let me feel like bougie and all that, bro. And then you realize like life isn't like that. Like the people who are living like that are actually either balling or they're idiots, because even the most rich people are hella frugal. And I look around and I'm like, man, like, bro, this is like $18 for a burger, bro. Like, I can't even, like, that's actually like a travesty, bro.
Bro, the
Someone
fact
I know-
McDonald's is as expensive as like $16, bro. That's crazy, bro.
Someone I know,
I can like get like more from a smaller business, you know?
I just
someone
starve
know
instead.
said the term that when he had the illusion of wealth, he was bougie broke.
Straight up, bro. Straight up. Bro, I'd be walking around with man, like trench coats and suits and shit when I know I just spent like $1K on an iPad and now I have nothing else
Yeah.
in my bank account.
And now think of it this way. You're paying your car insurance, you're paying your phone bill, you're paying your,
Yeah.
if you live alone, you pay your utilities,
Yeah.
property tax, all of this. Your car broke down and needs another $4,000.
It's over, bro. Then it's like
Like
shit.
unexpected costs, or your AC
Yeah.
just went out.
I went to Cuba. Now I can't. Now I can't sleep without
need
4
a new
blankets.
fridge.
Accidentally went to Cuba.
Like
Yeah.
all of the, you've got to be prepared. Like when your parents talk to you about a buffer, that buffer is true. It is a
Oh,
real
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me because I know not most, but a lot of people I know like live paycheck to paycheck, which is insane. I don't know how people budget that because
So,
any like emergency cost, bro, it's over.
So it
It's over.
It depends.
Who have you been getting in touch with, John?
It
I wanna
depends-
expose
It
myself.
depends like who you're around, because there's also a lot of kids who come from like, I don't know, like it's not just about your own family. It's about like the families of like the people you go to school with and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, yeah, like double income, let's say 200K a year household per parent,
Yeah.
and you know their finances are just right, and they go on vacation every year and whatnot.
Mm.
But like I don't know if that's the majority, but like that's like the right majority. Let's say like that's how you should be living.
Sure.
Yes, 100%.
Well,
If you're middle
what's that?
class.
No, I'm saying you should like your household should be making that much money.
Oh.
Well, but it just should. Like it just should.
Well, the
Like,
reality of it is the top 1% starts at $300,000.
right? Yeah, I've also heard people talk
That's
about
1% of people make $300,000 or more.
this. Yeah.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
1%. That's the barrier.
So
Damn, bro. I
At least the last time I checked.
yeah, I've heard some people spout 400K
Yeah,
as well. So like
yeah.
it must be around there.
Really?
But
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
but the thing is, this goes to show that most people are just fucking like living like very poor lives because like if you ask me like 300K per household like
that's
like
not enough
bare,
for a
that's some bare
private
minimum
jet.
type
Yeah.
shit like the
That's,
fuck
that's not enough for
like
a PJ.
300K like calm down what are you like
Bro, like I'm
Like
trying
when
to
your
go
car
house
breaks
Grant
down,
Cardone, like
until you actually open up the spreadsheet until you open up the spreadsheet and you're like oh wait a minute oh yeah it actually does cost this much
Crazy.
you know tax man right like
Yeah.
in every transaction there's 3 people.
True.
There's a third party in every transaction, whether you like it or not.
God damn, bro. That's why I gotta move to Texas or
fourth
the
is Visa.
Panama. What?
The fourth is Visa.
Visa. Oh, true.
Yeah, they be up in there too.
Anyways, so yeah, like, I just wanted to know more about like how you've been doing business, man. Like, how do you think? Actually, this is what I wanted to ask you about, man.
Okay.
How do you feel about the housing industry, bro? Because it's been pretty shit in Canada. Do you think that's ever gonna improve? Do you want to do business in Canada anymore, or do you want to go elsewhere?
Yeah, I'll still do business in Canada. I still think Canada's one of the best places to live, personally. It's
Really?
the perfect mix between, at least now, the way I look at it, is the perfect mix between the U.S. and, like, capitalism and Europe and, like, you know, those sort of more liberal views.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the happy medium, I
Liberal
think.
with a capital L.
Liberal with a capital L.
That's what I kind of thought of, but at the same time, I feel like it leans a little more to like towards American culture or North American in general. But like,
Yeah.
I mean,
still
they
has,
are
like,
our
European roots. It's
they
still
are
has,
our
like, some-
neighbors.
Yes.
These cultures are also changing.
I feel like it's a
lot right now,
midpoint,
like they're
but
going
like
to
we
the
swing a
extremes.
little
But
more to like.
Europe is also having a
Oh,
capitalist
yeah.
wave.
Really?
Yeah. There's
Oh yes.
there's
What's my geography is horrible, but what's this guy's name? The prime minister.
Of
UK?
No.
bro,
Never mind.
the prime minister.
France?
There's like 400 of them.
Yo, I thought you were about to pull out this point, so I was just setting it up, but never mind.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait,
what were
who?
you
at
gonna
least-
say?
At least in Belgium, when I was there,
Yeah. Say.
I would see like all of these. At least when I was there, I'd tune into the news a little bit,
Yeah.
or even your phone knows you're in Belgium, so it gives
Yeah,
you
yeah.
Belgian news,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So yeah, there's like Paris too, like in France.
Really?
Those the yellow jackets, those are all like, well, them it's unions, but they all want more Republican, conservative.
Yeah.
They all want more right wing views.
Okay.
Because if you look at it as well, like I have an uncle that lives in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
His salary is capped. Like his taxes come
Whoa.
out at his paycheck. And
Capped by who?
like, and the thing, well,
Oh, you mean like his salary is capped as in like tax wise?
tax wise,
Like he'll climb a
and
next
just-
bracket if he keeps.
The
No,
thing-
like it's like numerically capped. Like
and the thing he told me
Oh.
too is it's not capped in that sense. Also socially, like for someone to have a come up in Europe is very rare.
it's just not okay.
It's either you're poor, you're middle class, or you're rich, and
Yes,
then your
they don't-
kids will be in that.
They don't
class.
want movement.
They don't have movement.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And Canada is one of the only places I know where you can make $2,000 a day,
yeah.
like starting from nothing. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah,
can have a
yeah.
come up.
Yeah, America and North America.
Yeah.
I always see references about that, like the,
Yeah, like
the
new
huge
money is
class.
looked down upon.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's always new money's always going to be looked down upon. But I mean, you
but relative to
Relative.
to North
Yeah.
America.
But like class movement in North America is always incredible.
yeah.
But like for me, like I don't know, bro. Like I'm scared that I'm not gonna be able to own a house in Canada until I'm like 45. You know.
My dad was homeless when he came here.
Damn.
Yeah, homeless, no papers, illegal immigrant.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he came on a passport that said
Really?
Luigi. That was his name.
Different times.
Different times, I
Bro
guess.
would not be
but
owning a house if he came here today.
No, I don't want to say illegally. He came refugee status.
Yeah, I see.
So
Okay, give him some credit. That's not illegal.
he only he only got
Exposing him on
he got citizenship when I was like 4 years old. He came
Right.
here in 1997. That's like almost 10 years later.
Yeah, my parents only got citizenship when I was like 11.
And
Yeah.
my
Wow, crazy.
my business partner, that's not my dad, the third guy, he just got citizenship last year.
Wow.
Congrats,
Yeah.
business partner.
Yeah. What?
Welcome to the club. I'm saying
Welcome to
congrat-
the
con-
club.
congratulations to the business
Shout
partner.
out.
Yeah.
Shout out Vlad.
Yeah,
Vlad.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just if you went to, and he came from Denmark too, a very socialist country, because his employer there was like, yo, you're too smart to be like confined by Europe.
Right.
You know what I
Really?
mean? He said if you go to North America, you can make it big, and that's what he did. Typical
Right.
American dream.
So
yeah, baby.
So
White
it's
picket
interesting because
fences.
even me, as somebody who has like ever since I was a kid, I've always evangelized the U.S.
Mm.
Like even now, I'm like, my only incentive is probably like, to be closer to the markets that I'm operating in, and
Yeah.
and to be able to have access to a workforce that I might need. But except for that, like, if theoretically you just like run online, I'm like, oh, like I would actually probably live in Ottawa too, or
really.
Yeah, it's not that bad of a place. People.
yeah,
say, like,
yeah. I mean, the U.S.
Well,
is
I'm
just
young. It's
was
just not
the U.S. is
stipulating.
just getting so unsafe. it seems
True.
like.
New
Yeah,
York is
bro.
regressing,
Yeah.
especially.
Did you see what happened in Kansas City, man?
Yeah,
The
that-
49ers fans.
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Because
blasted
people would
20
always
people.
talk to me about the shootings, and I'd be like, well, you know, you see them in the media, and you're probably just like over, like I don't want to make that
But
fallacy as well.
imagine
But at
you're
this
at,
point, it's
like-
like, okay, like
Imagine you're having fun, and then out of nowhere, some lunatic starts blasting you. You know,
And
like,
I was talking
Yeah.
with a few students that came here from the States, and they said, yo, like, our police guard didn't come to school today. Like, everyone feels unsafe.
shit.
They have dedicated, like, police
Yeah, yeah.
security posted up there for, like,
Yeah,
the
and
shootings.
we have those like
Okay,
here,
just,
but like
like,
they
to
just
be
kind of
fair,
talk to us
like-
about drugs.
Safety in like the U.S. is like so dependent on like where you are. It's like
yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
saying it isn't.
but
Like-
but increasingly every place is getting unsafe.
Yeah,
which is
I
also the
Toronto's
case in
getting
Canada.
bad.
But, like,
So was that?
Toronto's getting bad.
Yes. So it's increasingly
True.
happening in Canada. So we'll see what happens. But the thing is,
I feel like that's only like confined to like gang violence culture, though.
But as long as it's on the uprise.
True.
And no anecdotal example, like these guys were playing soccer, and some fucking immigrant kids pulled up on them and were like, "Yo, like we'll fight you right now."
Oh,
and like
yeah.
they were like
Oh, yeah,
they were like
dude.
serious
They're
about
serious,
it. They were
yeah.
fucking serious about it.
I do remember that. Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Bro, the Arab trolls,
we were
bro.
playing
Those-
like
that was funny,
soccer
bro.
one day, and these like children like came to join us, and they were beefing us, but they're children. We didn't care, and I guess one of our friends like were just making a your mom joke. So then they went to their older brothers who were 7th graders at SRB, and they came and pressed us, and then they called their older like 19-year-old and
Yeah.
like 25-year-old siblings to come beef us. And it was like 15 of them, which is crazy, bro. And that's the first time I think, damn, like, what the fuck, immigration? Like, are you really gonna bring this culture over here?
Yeah.
Which is, I feel like that's a contributor as well. Like, the culture is becoming super dynamic, and I think like we're not pressing too hard on.
Yeah, it's about the enforcement of
Exactly.
of
We're
like,
giving too
standard,
much
yeah.
like freedom in
Too-
terms
too
of
much
like.
leeway, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Too
We
much
want to be
leeway-
all
Too
inclusive.
much leeway in school. Too much leeway in law. I mean, we listen to this shit all the time, like in the U.S., like particularly in New York and California, about like the law enforcement there,
Yeah.
and how it's just like completely ridiculous. And I'm just saying that like once you see the same kind of seeds being planted in Canada, like
Yes.
what happens kind of in a decade and 2 decades.
Canada
Right.
always follows the U.S.
Yeah.
They're 15 to 20 years behind the U.S. Anything that happens there,
Yeah.
15 to 20
So to the
years
point of
Also
like,
years behind the rest of the world too.
You haven't seen Albania, brother.
bro,
Say, bro, look at Africa.
You're up in like East Asia.
I mean, yo, don't just single out like capital cities. Like you have to look at the whole country. Like a lot of these countries that you're talking about have super advanced capital cities, but it's like the second you step.
Yeah,
out.
I was about to
Like,
say.
yo,
like,
I remember I saw,
like most rural areas don't
The
even
rest
have
of the
toilets,
developed
bro.
countries, like-
yo, I remember one time.
Like pull up to India, they have a space program, but if you go one step
Yeah,
outside
yeah.
of New Delhi, you're gonna
Yeah.
run into like it's
Yeah, so
shady
I remember
cars, bro.
one time I was like
Is
with
that
my
derogatory?
like I was with my Russian family friend, and this guy who was like waiting us at Lone Star, who's like maybe like 21, 22. He's like, "Oh, you guys are Russian? That's so cool." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." He's like, "Yo, like, have you been to Russia?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, "Oh my god, that's so cool. Like, I've always wanted to go to Russia." I'm like,
Why?
"Okay, yeah. Why?" And he's like, where should I go? Like, what? Yo, if I go to Russia, like, you have any advice for me? Like, what should I do? I'm like, yeah, like keep your
Go to Putin's office.
keep your passport on you, bro.
Yeah.
Wait,
Like-
why do you say that?
Because
Because
you
you
might
get
be trying
pickpocketed.
to fucking leave
I
at
got
any
followed.
point.
Oh.
And the thing is,
Oh my, never mind.
in those countries, it's a matter of like survival too for them. Like I
Yeah.
got followed from the airport of Albania because my grandfather, I don't want to say he ran his mouth, but he ran his mouth. And he
Damn.
was like, there's people that genuinely stand at the airport and then they start chatting to the people waiting. And then he goes, yeah, this my nephew's coming from Canada. He's doing this, so he's already put a target on my back, and we got followed.
Ah, fucking hell.
We got followed genuinely, and then like we obviously caught them, and then we drove a bit
Yeah,
evasively, and then they left. But
that's the median. That's just regular shit.
and he's not doing it because he likes to rob people. He's doing it so he can put bread on the
No,
table.
no
for his
judgment on
family.
no judgment on him.
Yeah,
It's more like
yeah.
like this guy was saying like what like it looks so nice there. I'm like, yeah, like just stay in Moscow, bro. Like, and then I had another conversation with another guy who's actually like from Eastern Europe, and he was talking about how like because we were talking about how like cigarettes are becoming cooler, or at
Yeah.
least that's the sense that I'm getting. And
No, they are, but
Okay,
like I feel
fair
like
enough.
it's there's confounding
So-
variables.
okay, yeah, that we are getting older, whatever.
Yeah.
Sure. So we were talking about how like a lot of like Eastern Europe immigrants' children are getting a little sense of nostalgia about their kind of historical roots, and how and he was telling me how like these guys are coming to Eastern Europe and they're like, yo, what's up, like what's good Russia, what's good Croatia, and like
Привет, коммунар.
you know what I mean?
Not in a
And
friendly
and
way.
then, and then the people who live there, the
Balkans,
people who
bro.
live there are like they don't respect them whatsoever.
No.
Because, and he was saying it's because, like, it's all fun and games to us. Like it's like Disneyland. Like, hey, we're here on vacation. Here with my visa, right?
Is this like
you
the
know,
Red Menace?
those
Like,
motherfuckers actually have to
what?
live there
Yeah.
and like live in fucking poverty and like a shit economy, and like dictatorship and whatnot. Like and actually go through all this, and like that's like their daily life. So they're like, look, like you don't understand our struggles. Like we don't fuck with you.
And you have to get it from their perspective too, because from them, you're the outsider. You're invading them, and you're like out here flaunting your wealth. You're out here like running your mouth.
That's usually indirectly, like you're
Yeah.
just chilling
you're
because
chilling.
like,
But-
and you're just indirectly like shining this ray of, oh guys, look at me, come rob me,
Yeah.
come
That's
bother
This is
me.
straight up it.
yo. Tucker Carlson was like, "Yo, I'm here at this Russian grocery store, guys. The prices are so high in the U.S. We just got these groceries for like $20. I'm like, bro, people here make like 2 cents a day.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? So you're talking
Yo,
about
look
the
at this
wealth difference.
potato, bro! Holy shit!
This
bro.
potato is like
Yo, Andrew,
50
you want
cents.
This steak for, you want this piece of steak for $200, bro? Like shit.
Dude, and the
Well-
sad part is, a lot of the times in the more poorer countries, it is actually more expensive for groceries. Like a turkey in Albania is $90.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Damn, bro.
that's just the way it goes. So
found a
people have to
competitor
farm
from Canada.
themselves.
Do they
That's
have
why there's a
turkeys
big
there?
farming culture.
Okay.
Because you can't get
Yeah, and
outside
they
food.
farm with, as far as I understand, like they farm like within their communities. Like they're not trying to
Mm-hmm.
give it out to anybody else.
No, they farm for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's why you see in third world countries, like they like 80% of the culture is for farming. It's not because they have a huge farming industry. They probably just sell some things off the side and while they're feeding their family and their village, bro.
It's not because they have a huge.
Yeah, bro. Like when I was looking at it, like,
don't
yo, were you
export.
my,
Yo, they just need to eat.
were you in my grade 12 geography class?
I don't think I did geography in grade
Oh,
12. so
okay,
no.
never mind. But we were in this class and we were like learning about like economics and geopolitics. And when Mr. Archibald was like, "Yo, yeah, like these the industries always shift as classes as countries develop."
I
And it's
hated
usually
Mr.
like,
Archibald.
damn, which one? The English one or there's two?
There was two.
Which one did you hate?
I don't know. One of them was a fucking total communist.
I think.
Okay.
one of them was a
We know, that's
straight
the one
up
I'm talking
communist.
about, bro.
Yo, I have another. Yo, I know so many communist professors. It's the funniest thing.
Me
Stop.
too, bro. Yo, you know what I noticed, bro? It like, man, there's so many, bro. Like I used to be such a commie, and then I got educated. Like I graduated high school.
And then you got bills.
Yeah, exactly. I used to be a commie, and then I'm like, oh shit, like wait, like I'm not a child anymore. What the fuck is this? Like actually insane. But yeah, like we're talking about all these class differences, and I'm like, oh wow, like these countries, man, like they're just farming. Like that must make them so much money because there's so much food insecurity in the world. And then I realized, yeah, there's food insecurity in the world, bro. They're not selling this, bro. Like if they sold their food, they'd probably get a lot more money. They're straight up eating it to get their food, get
Yeah.
water, bro. Most of them
Yo,
get their water mostly
Their
from
fucking
the fruits that they
dinner is
harvest.
literally decided by the climate, bruv. Like,
That's
like,
crazy.
like
Dude.
it's
I keep going back to Albania because that's the culture that I know
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I've
yeah.
experienced, right? But we've got chickens, ducks, olives, and those three things.
ducks.
When I was there, it was a dry streak. It hadn't rained for 6 weeks. The olives all died.
Shit.
The olives all died, so that's
Damn.
no like they couldn't make anything with that.
No
And
olives
that
for the
was
next
a
3 months,
genuine
bro.
problem.
yo, where's Loblaws right now when you need it, bro? Like, you know what I mean?
Yo, what? You guys don't just like Loblaws to just grow it for you? Like what?
Yeah,
That's
you
crazy.
guys have grocery stores.
But
You guys have Instacart?
Like these are all problems that people, at least a lot of people in Western countries or first world countries, don't even think about because it doesn't
yeah.
occur to them.
And
Yeah.
even because like even if
And then they
though
talk
I'm-
about the fucking nice amenities in
Yeah.
the
And then
capital
go shop at
cities of
Whole
these third world
Foods.
countries.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying like,
Wow, this resort is so nice, guys. This is great.
bro, step outside.
Yo, yeah, the cartel is right on your ass, bro.
Shot instantly.
No, but even though I'm aware of these things, like I realize I'm too so naive to the actual bleak reality of the
It
world.
was more so I was just mentioning because Hadi was like talking about how Canada's behind, and I was just talking about how a lot of
In
people.
some aspects.
What aspects?
What aspects? Yeah. Good question.
Mostly like
Yeah.
urbanist aspects and like other like
What is an urban
aspects
style?
like not definitely not financial though. I think Canada is ahead and like almost on par with the U.S. in terms of, like again as mentioned like you could get money from like
I actually
nothing.
like I don't want to do this to you, Hadi,
I
but
can
I
agree
think
with
you everything you said was wrong just now.
Okay, no,
Damn, let the guy breathe.
again in some aspects. So like
Bro can't even
obviously like not Canada can be ahead in, like some things.
Canada is nowhere near close financially in terms of the America,
Bro, you know
and
what?
it's super urbanized. Like it's actually
You know
actually
how I
the
said
contrast.
Canada is not that urbanized as you think. Though that's the thing.
Because our population
Okay, that's
is
it's because of the
10%
Now
small
it's
urban.
we,
Yeah,
we,
yeah.
we
10x
mostly
smaller.
follow America in that sense, but I think like
no, it's true. The population
we're
density
definitely
is
capable.
non-existent in Canada. Bro, you don't need to urbanize a place that
No,
has
but it
10
is
people.
urbanized, as in like most of the majority of our population live in urban cities along one slope in southern
Yeah,
Ontario.
we're in the 50th percentile,
Yes,
bro.
I'm
of
saying you
population.
don't need to urbanize a fucking province.
But
with, like,
what's
2
the
people.
problem with that?
Yeah.
That just means we have nature.
Because I'm saying like no, because I'm saying
Yeah,
like
he gone.
we could like make our like
Bars.
Yeah,
cities,
do you
like,
just-
much better and stuff like that.
Do you just want to like deforest every place?
Tell me you don't own a
No,
cottage
no,
without
not
telling me
like
you
that.
don't
I
own a
mean,
cottage.
That's what
you
I'm
know,
saying.
you know how we live in, like
that's what you mean.
And, like,
That's actually harsh. I don't own a
That's
cottage,
right
to be
there.
frank.
Yeah.
It's like
Yo,
it's like another like shitty like American like
yeah.
city.
Yo, Windsor is like the most Ontario
But
city ever.
in, in Canada, at least we have the privilege
seen
of
it.
choosing whether we want a country
Yeah.
lifestyle
Yeah,
or
yeah.
a city
that is
lifestyle.
that is true. I agree. The thing is, like we could definitely like be much more ahead. Like we could almost be like at European standard.
What is the
Oh,
Europe?
Europe is falling
behind,
Bro,
though.
what is the European standard though?
Like,
that's
I
not a
think
good
you're
standard.
romanticizing Europe,
has,
bro.
like,
Yeah.
Heavily.
Yo, yeah, I was talking.
Have you
know,
seen
Europe
Europe,
has
bro?
much better like urbanization and whatnot. Like especially in the city center, it doesn't have to be like spread out. It's like
It's because historically they're walking cities. Like these
My
cities
God.
are like couple hundred, like
My God,
thousand
when I
years
went to
old.
Belgium, the
they-
Canadian
they-
government
they
gave me a
built that, like,
terrorism
much
warning.
better.
Oh shit!
They started doing that like much earlier than us. Like we were still in like the mindset of like sprawl. You know?
Okay, yeah, I agree that the lifestyle in Europe can often be nicer, but like again, for one thing, you're coming in as a tourist, which means that your like cash conversion is probably going to be super beneficial to you, as in like your money is
A.
probably going to go a longer way there. But also like
B.
you know how what's that?
I'm just listening.
Okay,
bro.
you're listening.
After you're done, I'm gonna keep listening.
okay, okay.
What I'm
Yo,
also
you know
trying to
you
say is that like
you know how like you see this thing where like sorry I'll come back to you, but like you know this thing where people will like romanticize like the European lifestyle as
That's what I'm
like
saying.
monarchs and shit.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
I'm like,
that's
the-
that's
they're like,
Dude,
oh my
the
god,
old money style.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Old
yeah,
money
that's what it's called, right?
aesthetic.
The old, like the old money aesthetic, and they're like, wow, like this is such a
Europe is
European
so
thing.
Rich. This is so
Yeah.
And I'm like,
European,
and I'm
bro.
like,
They're like, I just want to live on the coast of Italy and have a yacht and a boat. Like everybody
You have
has that.
20
I'm like, do you
million
understand?
euros.
But no, but the issue is that it's like, that's not a European thing. That's a money thing. And
Yeah,
you can
straight
actually
up.
make money in North America. I'm like, you understand that in Europe, you can't do this. You're either born
You
into it
can't
or you're
have the
not.
come up.
So that's the point I'm making. Is
Yeah.
like, it's like,
Bro, Iman Gaji
They-
is a fucking
that's
European
something I'm not
billionaire, but
involved
he's
with
from
that,
like
like
he's
that
from
come
like
up and
Dagestan, bro. Iman Gaji's
yeah,
living
but
the
he's
rich European.
but he
lifestyle.
sells shit in the U.S.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like he's
He's
like,
had his come up.
oh, that's an even better point. Yeah, he's from
He's had
Dagestan.
his come up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
the
Dubai.
point is it's kind of ironic because like, well, Dubai is said to be very capitalistic. Like,
No, I know.
Dubai is
I'm
also-
adding credence to your point.
I'm sorry, Dubai is a fucking scam.
well, yeah, no, even too,
Dubai
like,
I was
is a
gonna ask Andrew
massive
on that actually.
scam.
Like,
Like, what does he think of like? What does Andrew think of Dubai as like for
Andrew?
business opportunity?
Well,
I
I
actually
don't-
want to know.
damn.
well,
Bro, I forgot we had an Andrew here. I forgot your name for like 2 seconds. I thought he was.
Oh,
killing me. My bad,
No,
dude.
it's
My brain
fine.
blanked out.
bro, you didn't have to expose yourself like that.
I'm sorry.
You just volunteer that information. It's all
W,
good though.
W guest move. W guest move.
my brain podcast Andrew Tate. That's where it goes.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's okay. Like I don't.
Oh, that's what you
don't
thought,
get
bro.
offended.
I thought you forgot his name.
Bro,
I was
people
like,
always-
I didn't
damn.
forget his name. I
Bro,
just thought he
people.
was-
Oh, okay. You thought he was.
I thought he was
referencing Tate.
comparing one of us to Andrew Tate.
Bro, people always get super like
Really?
when somebody like forgets somebody's name. Like, oh my god, like that's crazy. I'm like, listen, like it's all right. Like
No, actually, I feel so sad when someone forgets my name.
I'm always so
I
kind
should
to people
cry.
who forget my name. Like that's okay.
No, I'm kind to them, but
That's
I'm like
okay.
sad on the inside.
I don't
Like,
give
I'm
a
just like-
fuck.
I'm just like, wow. I can't
It's all
believe-
right.
Sorry,
Like
but-
it's all right. But anyways, what do I think of Dubai?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know anything, but from what I hear, it is like a good place for entrepreneurs. That's what I hear. I know Kevin O'Leary is always raging about it.
High tax.
Personally,
low
though,
taxes.
Personally, I would
No
not
taxes.
go to Dubai because I don't trust the government there.
That's fair. Yeah.
But and also just against my values to live under a monarch. But yeah, I don't actually know anything.
I don't
about
think the UAE has a monarch.
Yeah, they do. Royal
Really?
family.
I thought that was a Saudi Arabia. Oh, it's all of them, I guess.
It's run by the royal family.
Every Middle Eastern country pretty much has one.
Yeah.
All I
yeah,
know, all I
realized.
know is that like most of the Middle Eastern governments are just oil merchants.
Run
They just
no,
run
I
on oil money.
I do think that their economy. I don't think that.
No,
their
they're
economy is
switching now
driven
because
by
they've ran out of oil.
Yes, again, from what I've heard, their economy.
It's
is
true. Like Kuwait and,
Yeah.
and Dubai switched to tourism.
yeah,
and stuff.
particularly UAE.
Saudi
out of all
Qatar, for
places.
example.
No, but that's why you hear so much about Dubai and stuff, because they're like obviously having incredible marketing teams. Like they want to sell to tourists because that's what they're.
Here's my
Well,
problem.
I'll
with
definitely
Dubai.
tourist in Dubai though.
My problem with Dubai is that you could be the richest person in the world, and you could also be someone who barely has enough money for the plane ticket. You take a selfie in front of the Burj Khalifa, everyone's on an even playing field.
Oh yes. Oh
It
yeah.
In terms
portrays-
of content,
It
yeah,
portrays the
100%.
image
Yes.
of like I went to Dubai because I want to portray myself as someone who's got money.
And it's a little played out now as well.
If you want to be
Heavily
a badass,
played out.
Because
my advice, if you want to be a badass in Dubai, become a police officer and you'll just drive a free Lambo.
Bro, you can just rent a Lambo in Dubai.
No, but you get to become a police officer.
Real.
You feel more rad.
I would still not want to
down
do
your
that.
Lambo.
I have no interest in going to Dubai.
I'm down to enforce
Dude,
Sharia
Hadi, can
law
you
on all
please
the
do
white
that?
girls in Dubai, bro.
I will become a police officer in Dubai and just speed across the highways in a Lambo. That'll be me.
I actually can't wait till you start like your own content, your own YouTube. Like you gotta bring back, you gotta bring back the
vlogging
family.
that too. I'll be
the
vlogging
crazy
it.
side.
Sigma tour guide.
Yeah, Sigma tour.
Sigma tour.
Have a dash cam.
Hadi,
have a dash
that
cam
should be your
just-
handle.
Yeah. What?
Fabio 178 turns into the
No,
Sigma
bro.
tour guy.
Sigma
no,
tour
no,
guide.
no.
I actually
Yeah.
would pay so much money to see you do that.
So yeah, I know a lot of people are loving the tax haven as well.
Yeah, that's.
But there are multiple tax havens. You don't have to go
Yeah.
to Dubai. Monaco's like that.
That's
Off the top of my
okay.
head.
So
sure.
Monaco, you have to be rich, right?
Sure, but the advantages are only useful if you're rich.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make
It
like
doesn't
100. You
matter.
can be a software engineer taking advantage of the tax break in Dubai.
Yeah.
Bahamas,
But for it to
Cayman Islands.
all of those, yeah.
You don't want to live. Do you?
Switzerland's a tax haven?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really? I didn't know that.
No income tax. I believe so at least. But I know
Yo, Switzerland's got something going on.
I know Switzerland, if you get a speeding ticket and like your political like offenses, they charge the ticket based on your income. So someone went like
Finland
10
does that too.
Yeah,
That's
Finland
interesting.
does it too, but that's
Yeah.
the problem with Switzerland.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Well, what kind of crimes are eligible for a ticket? Like
A
political?
billionaire got pulled over for doing like 20 kilometers over, and he got charged like $160,000.
Whoa,
That's
big
interesting.
payoff.
That's
That's,
interesting.
where they get their money.
That's where they
But
get the money.
it's like pocket change for
That's
the billionaire.
But
though.
Monaco,
not really 100K. Well, for a
Pocket
billionaire.
change.
The
It's
good
pocket change. He's a billionaire. He's Jeff Bezos.
the good thing about Monaco though,
I think the thing we're all forgetting here is that Hadi is like a registered NDP voter. So like, this is where all the
You don't
this is
know
where all
that.
the
You don't
Europeans
know, bro.
like
You don't know.
Like this is where all like the
You don't
European.
know me. You don't know me like that, little bro.
Yeah, this is where all the European love is
Bro
coming
does
from.
not know
like,
me.
That's like his like political leaning. So yeah.
But-
anyways,
Bro does not know me.
moving forward.
but Monaco, the great thing about it is their casino makes so much money they don't need to charge taxes.
Oh,
Their casino makes up for it,
So
bro.
it's also a question
I love
of
the mafia-esque style of some of these European countries.
yo. It's also a question of becoming a citizen there. Like Dubai is just I've heard is very open to.
Don't you pay
new
for
people.
citizenship in Dubai? I think it's a money barrier.
But the fact that you can pay for citizenship in the
yeah.
first place
Mhm.
means that they're open to people becoming citizens. Like I don't
Yeah.
know how easy it is to become a citizen in Monaco.
it's hell.
Well, there you go.
Same with
Yeah.
Switzerland.
Right.
They
so
don't accept
so
it.
the point is, it's not open to entrepreneurs.
But that's-
to just
yeah, it's
to expats.
Yeah,
Dubai's very open to expats.
If you
From what I
jump
heard.
through the hoops, again, it's about like
I'll let you know when I try.
Switzerland, Monaco, Switzerland are old money. Let me start by saying that
Yeah, yeah,
they are
100%.
very like old money communities, right? However, I think that one of those places is worth jumping through the hoops rather than doing the easy way and just doing Dubai.
Oh yeah, the network is invaluable there. Like
Especially, most expensive real estate in the world is in Monaco. I think it's 25,000 euros per square meter.
oh wow, that's
It's a
insane.
lot.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine though, like
so you think the advantage is the network for some industries there?
Well, you have the F1 race for starters.
Yeah.
That attracts people from all over the world,
Yeah.
and
it's also probably been like its goal to be like really open for old money since the beginning. Like
yeah,
it's a really small country.
But I'm
with
saying
a
like
lot of
old
rich
money
people.
is very big money. So
It's like
so
like
that's
a
what
country.
I mean. That's what I mean as in
It's like literally the country as a country club.
The barrier to entry. The barrier to entry, like real entry, not just like, well, I'm a citizen, cool, is one that's almost unreachable.
Yeah, it's like a country club, like a rich country club in the States, but instead of being a country club, it's a country.
Right, but tell
it's
me
probably the size of a
what
country club
country
too.
club do you have
Yo,
to?
I actually low-key, one golf course.
Yeah, people-wise, the size of a country club, GDP, like fucking net worth-wise,
Yeah.
is the size of a country. So I'm saying like, what country club do you know where you have to be a billionaire to join it?
Yeah,
Right,
Monaco,
so it's like-
Dubai.
That's well, no, you can join Dubai just like as
Well,
a
Again,
as
Dubai,
a as
long
a
as you
regular.
can play for the plane ticket, bro.
Yeah.
You're good.
You're good, right? Which is what you're saying, right? Anyways, I mean, I'm still like a pretty big patriot. So like, I wouldn't leave
Yeah,
I wouldn't leave my citizenship.
I would
to
own-
Canada, and the U.S. ever. Like,
I would own a vacation home in Europe, which is my plan.
yes, but you're not getting any tax advantages then.
Well, I could get citizenship, and then I could. there are probably
true, yeah.
loopholes, but
Yeah, you can like
the IRS
you
will
don't,
always be on your
you
ass,
don't
though.
have to
Yeah.
you don't
Unless you're
you
not
don't
an
have to
American
stop
citizen.
being a citizen. It's true.
no,
You
I would
can-
not be. I would not give up my citizenship of
You don't-
Canada
yeah,
for
you-
somewhere else.
Oh
You don't
yeah,
have to
me
give up your
neither. I'd
citizenship.
never give
You
up
can-
my
you
Canadian
can, like,
citizenship.
you can like mute it
Especially
for like 5 months.
Especially considering
Wait, what?
that
What do you, I don't understand how citizenship works. We won't.
you have to
Google
be
this, but,
here
like,
for the I think for it to be principal resident, you have to be there for at least like 6 or 7 months of the year. You have to be there for the majority
Really?
of your time.
So you not only
So
have to
I'll
be
lose my citizenship if I'm not. If I'm not
No.
in Canada.
Well, no, you not lose your citizenship, but you wouldn't be able to. You wouldn't be able to claim like a property in Canada as a primary resident.
Oh, I see. I see.
You know what I mean? So if you owned, if
Mm.
I owned a house here and a house in Europe, I spent most of my time in Europe. Then if I sold this house, I would have to sell it as an income property in Canada.
I see. I see.
Okay.
I see.
also. Would you have to pay taxes in Canada? You probably would.
Which taxes?
Unless you take extra
No,
steps.
no, no.
Income
Canada's
taxes.
different than the states.
Oh,
The
okay.
that's why I said the IRS is on your ass. I forgot you're not an American
Yeah,
citizen. The IRS will be on your ass everywhere in the world, bro.
Yeah, so it's tough. It's tough to no matter where you.
It's an American.
No matter where you're your principal citizen, it's tough to avoid paying taxes.
No, it's
in
an,
the
it's an
US.
American thing to do that. Yeah, there you go.
Well,
It's
if
tax evade.
if the IRS got Al Capone, they can get anyone.
yeah.
Yeah.
They got Capone.
Well, I'm also not trying to do any tax crimes. so
Yeah.
so
no, I'm like.
so you're saying
like,
you're saying that if you so
I'm
you're
saying
saying
you
if
will
I
be
spend
taxed
7 months.
everywhere.
Yo, hold
bro.
on, hold on. If you spend 7 months not in Canada,
If I
of
make
the year,
my-
is Canada and just are you just not going to pay taxes?
Yeah,
in
they
Canada?
don't. They won't. They'll be like
Really?
whatever. Well, yeah, I'm
I didn't
pretty
know
sure for
this.
the most part. That's what I've heard. I've heard
This
it
is a
was
big W.
only like I asked people this and like no, that's only an American thing where the IRS is global and they'll grab your ass if you're doing other shit.
The software engineers
Good to
always know
know.
the tax laws.
I don't know if this is true though. Like this could be wrong, but like when I talk to people,
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, why are you paying why are you only paying your American taxes? And they'd be like, oh, because like I have American and Canadian citizenship, but like wherever I go, America is gonna be trying to take my money.
Okay.
So,
But
anyways,
also the American federal tax by itself is not a really high bar to reach in the first place. So,
what do you mean?
like because if you don't live there, you wouldn't pay.
Yeah, true. You don't pay state tax.
You wouldn't pay state tax, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like
but
I don't
yeah.
know what the federal tax rate is, but
But anyways,
it's probably
back
not that high.
to the original talk about like where we would live. My prerogative, you were saying your incentive is to at some point maybe be part of America. My prerogative is to marry Andrew, so I become an American citizen.
So I
Yeah,
become
That's,
Andrew.
that's a lot.
So at this point, I was
That's a
actually
lie.
wondering
That's
what
a
is the
lie.
best place to raise kids, because that's
That's
the
a
only way
lie.
that I'm really looking at it now. Where like, because
Oh,
if
that's
I have
that's
if I have
different
a
way.
if I have firms in places, then I'm just gonna look at it from a business standpoint. But I wouldn't say I live there. I'd say that my company
Oh.
is there. But like at this point, I just want to be around my family, which up until I have kids, I would consider my family to be my home family. So I just live in Ottawa. Now, the thing is, even now, like I can actually transfer to Ottawa U, but like I want to stay in Laurier and Waterloo because I'm liking the schooling there and I'm liking like the tech industry there. And I'm like,
Yeah.
this is good to be around. Like it would take me too much to have to like bus here every week to like.
But I would raise my
be-
kid in any like
So-
semi-smaller city in Canada.
So is
Ottawa's
there
actually
does it
pretty
not
good.
matter, or is there like any like deterministic better place?
I want to hark all the way back to you asked me about both of you asked me about my goals, right?
Yes.
This is the main point. I didn't know how to say it then, but now I think I figured out the wording is money. They say money doesn't bring happiness, and I agree with that. But what money does bring is choice. You can own with enough money, you can buy any property you want, anywhere you want, have as many you want, and then you get the options.
It's power.
It's power. So, like, if you bring up your lifestyle enough, you could say, I want to raise my kids in Sweden over the winters and Canada over the summer.
Yeah.
That is a possibility. You could totally do that.
100%. 100%.
So, I think that locking down to one location is a little unrealistic.
Yeah. Where do you start though?
Where do I start? What do you mean?
Brother, it's
So
the government is listening.
so what is? Well, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose my kids could just be wherever, whenever, like just going around. But it's like I look at myself and I'm like, well, you know, if like obviously I assume my mind space to be great and to be superior. So I would want my sons to be like me in terms of their mind
Yeah, me too.
when they're my age. Now, not to say that, you know, it would be great
first of all, they can do what they want.
Yeah.
But like, you know,
Of course.
I
you
think
have-
that it would be
You have
great.
the most influence early on.
It would be good enough for them to be like this, right? Like,
Mhm.
I wouldn't mind that whatsoever. And it's like, well, how the fuck do I recreate?
If my daughter and your son make a podcast, that'd be
I'm
fire.
sorry?
If my daughter and your son make a podcast, it'd be so fire.
Wait, what do you mean?
I'm just saying, like you. Imagine if my daughter and your son made a podcast, bro.
Motive V2.
Wait, why?
Motive 2.
Is there any particular reason that it's my son and your daughter?
Oh, because I want a daughter.
Because that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, you're saying, yeah.
You wanna
Actually,
be a girl dad?
I do want what?
You want to have a little daughter?
Yeah, I want
That's-
my
that's
oldest
the choice?
child to be my daughter. I
Really?
think she'll have so much power. Like I think I think
Damn.
Yo, John
Okay.
lives life. John lives life through like movie scenes, and I live life through like tackless. Because I also
you know what's crazy?
Because I also get that because when I was growing up, I always wanted to be a girl dad because that's just like a sick experience, and I still
Yes.
think it's a sick experience.
I agree.
But I just like
Bro
don't care about that
wants
anymore.
to weed out the boyfriends.
Nah, it's just
No, I was thinking about like it's just like so cute to have like a little girl.
yeah, straight up. It's like wow, and I want her to be smart. I just love the archetype of like a super powerful,
Okay.
smart, like growing up white woman, you know, like, and that's what I want. Like I want my daughter to be that. But it's also like I also like it's also like strategic, you know. But what you said was really funny because you're like I think about my decisions like movie scenes, and you think about it like tactically. But I live my life fucking tactically, and you always talk to me about movie scenes in your life, which is so insane.
Yeah,
I think you gotta have a balance of both.
yeah. That's
Oh,
right.
100%.
You just go
That's
to
that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
balance, really. Like
That's-
we
that
act
is-
out
that is
the
I
that
think-
is the balance. Yeah, you
I
act
think
out the
movie
opposite, yeah.
scenes are good for when, at least this is how I envision my life going, is I imagine like 10, 15 second, again, movie scenes of where I want to be 5, 10,
me
15
too,
years
bro.
in the
I'm
future.
the same way.
Yeah,
Then
guys
you
are
work your
similar
way
like that,
back
yeah.
and that gets
Yeah,
your
yeah,
plan.
I work the exact same way.
But you have to take life stoically in the present so that you
100%.
do your
Right.
right decision.
And
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah,
the
of
same way,
course.
bro. Which is
Of
really
course.
interesting. I've actually, for most of the guests we've had on this podcast, it has been where like I relate to them on how we visualize, and then Andrew has been like singled out. So I don't know if he has the right answer or
This is what I was talking about earlier when you were like, you're one of the only people I know in the context of, like I know you're talking about like, oh, like I hang out with like people who are this age, obviously, yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I was
yeah.
saying like those people those
Yeah.
age, like yeah, like they're kind of stoic in their decision making, and like you're one of the only people I know who are like in the realm of, you know, university age, let's say,
Sure.
who are thinking about life like fairly stoically, and like I can
100%.
You guys as well. I
I
will
can
be
relate to that
honest.
fairly.
oh, thank you,
Thank
I
you,
appreciate
thank
it.
You guys are the
Yeah.
first people I've met, like, again, that are my age,
Yeah.
that think I don't want to say for the greater good, but they at least put some thought behind their
Oh,
actions.
yeah.
Oh, okay, respect. And
Yeah.
we actually know, because we're in this space, so we only hang out with people who are like our age generally.
Yeah, yeah.
We have a greater circle of them, so we know people our age who are also like this. But there is still a difference. Like a lot of people are very disciplined, but they're living for like the experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
That what we find is usually there is like they sacrifice things entirely, or like, well, I call it missing. They're missing something. And I feel kind of like egotistical when I say this, as in like when we try to explain our perspective, it's like they have the pieces of the puzzle, but they just don't get it. And then Andrew and I laugh because it's so funny. Like well, I feel bad, but like no. Well, like, you know, like when we talk about, like, Dushan even talks about this with me. Dushan, I think, is also someone who is on the same wavelength. But we're like, oh, we ask somebody like, what are you like doing? Like, oh, I just like vibing. And we just like
Dushan is
You like
probably the
happiness?
person that vibes the most that I know.
No, but he also laughs when it's like, yo, what's your goal? Like, I want happiness. And then we're like, even though it's like not something to laugh
Cool.
at. But like, yeah, we kind of like bring on our own suffering to some extent. But like, but yeah, like what I found really interesting, and I admire you for it, is that like, despite like, for one, you're the only person, literally the only person I know who did not go to post-secondary education. That means college and university. Like, I actually don't know anyone else who did it. And also is having more success than most of the people that not most of the people, almost everybody. You probably make way more money than me, Andrew,
you.
and everybody else combined.
No, you are the most successful person I know.
No,
our
straight
age.
up, you
Like-
probably have the highest
you,
net
bro.
worth
You're gonna
out of
make me blush.
everybody in our school, bro. Like, dead ass, bro. You probably have the highest net worth. And like, back to what we were talking about earlier in terms of education, like, that was some fears that I had as well, where like I'm spending money for this business in university when I know I could be producing value right away. But, you know, evidently, like, we want to, I guess there's some sort of pull there. But for me, I think the biggest pull in university was the social aspect about it, because I had hoped that I'd meet more people like us Though I come to realize that that's actually a lot more rarer than I'd hoped.
Now, my point of view here is, you guys obviously look up to me probably as someone who's, again, you guys said I'm the most successful person you know, but I will flip it back and say I also envy both of you.
Really?
Because to get the trade-off of what I had to do to, for the business, for all of this, is I didn't have a childhood.
Yeah.
Like, when I started working for the family business in grade 7.
Wow.
So every time I would go in September, and then the teachers would go around the class and be like, yo, what did you do this summer? It's like, oh, I went on vacation to Cuba. I did summer camp. I did this. What did you do? I worked.
I grinded.
And that was hard because I couldn't relate to the other kids. I couldn't relate to, all of these different sort of cliques would go to their summer camps by themselves. They'd invite me, and then I'd be like, yo, sorry, I've got to, like, my dad's telling me I got to go wake up at 6 a.m. and go to the job site. So I did not really have, and I'm sure you guys, like, have not seen me at many parties.
Yeah,
just for that reason.
Yeah,
Straight up.
I had to sacrifice a lot of my social life for that cause, which I can't say I regret it or don't regret it because I don't know the other side of it, but it's just a sacrifice that had to be done.
Yeah, and it's actually, what's that?
What'd you say?
You said something.
I'm sorry, just
I said, but it's a worthy one.
Well, I couldn't tell you, just like you couldn't tell me.
Yeah, grass is always greener, right?
Yeah.
I think you made the right choice. You're bigger now.
Yeah. Well,
but you weren't there.
But at what cost?
It's like, yeah.
yeah, because like
I
when
can't relate to most people. That's why I didn't carry over. I didn't. Yeah, which is why I couldn't really.
No,
I don't.
It's sorry.
Okay, it's just you can't say that. Just like
I
just
can't.
just like you can't say it to us, you can't say it to him because you don't have to live with the literal consequence.
Yeah.
With the literal position of, you can't get your childhood back, just like you can't get any moment back, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, it's like respect both ways. Like
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
like,
100%.
and I just want to be clear, actually. It's not envy, not in like a disrespectful way, but more in like a way of like I want to make it clear that like we don't actually overlook that.
Yeah.
That part of like that, like everything that you sacrifice, like it's all part of the equation.
Yes, that's
So,
a
like,
really good point.
And that's why, the same way that like you probably wouldn't envy us, like you might respect us, or you might be like that would be an interesting life to live. Like I can't say I envy you, again, not in like a disrespectful way, but more in like a like I can't say that because that would be like I can't disrespect you by basically overlooking like the whole frame of your life, and like basically by no means when we talk to you do we like consider it like like it's not like I think you woke up yesterday and made a bag.
True.
You know what I mean? I get it.
Yeah, 100%.
And so and this is a thing like
so well articulated, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Genuinely.
Good with words.
So for me this was another realization, like really big, which was like coming to understand like for as much as like I always like envied, not envied, but like really liked business and entrepreneurship and tech when I was growing up, and I was really into that stuff for whatever reason. It's like at the end of the day, like I went to parties.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I hung out with people.
Yeah.
Like when my friends called me up, no matter what I was doing, it was like,
You linked them.
let's go, right? Yeah, it was like that. And again, like it's a really clear understanding for me of like not just you, but like all the people that I saw come up when I was growing up. Like I remember one person who I knew, like Jean, which is you know what I'm talking about. Like basically like one of our friends' moms.
We had her on the podcast, actually.
Who we also had on the podcast. I remember one time we were in the car and her daughter was talking about how like she was like referencing this like female celebrity who was like her age, right? And she's like, wow, like what am I doing? Like this person is like so ahead. Like they like are an overnight success, right? And of course this is like a big cliche, but her mom was like calling her out and being like, no, that's like 10 years in the making.
Yeah.
Right. So and that's why for me, that's why I feel like I've become much more stoic over the past year, and I'm still like trying to push myself further because I know that at the end of the day, like I want to reach a position more than I want to reach an experience. But like the way that I've been acting, the way that I've acted my whole life, and the way that I've been set up to act is experiential, and it's not where I want to go in the future, and but I have to like respect the fact that like, you know, I'll just repeat it again because it's so important to me. Like as much as I have always like really been into the world of what would essentially be associated with like, you know, big new money payouts,
Yeah.
like I had a fucking incredible childhood.
And me as well, like conversely, and whereas I didn't like really, like I actually looked for a lot of experiences and I wanted to chase all those things, and then now when I'm at a point where I realize like shit, I wish I had focused a little bit more, through my actions it shows clearly what I value more. And I think this is a really interesting phenomenon, because while I'm so compelled and really trying to get onto the stage where like, nah, I just focus, someone's like, yo, I got a birthday party, you want to pull up? And I'm like,
Sorry, I might have to pay the parking ticket.
It's all good.
oh shit, yeah, I realize it's 6 o'clock, but like about that, I just pull up to the party, or they're like, yo, you want to hang out? It's like, shit, I got a paper, and then instead of grinding, I just focus on trying to build more experiences.
And you said I don't actually know. It's not even necessarily probably the grass is greener. The fact that you said that, well, I don't know because I don't have the other experience, so it's like you don't know if it's worth it or not. Like that's interesting to me because I've been thinking the same thing, which is like, because I get pressed a lot. Like, well, I've been getting pressed my whole life about this, but it's like, oh, like you don't experience as much. Like you focus more on accomplishments. It's like, do you regret it? It's like the fuck you talk like I don't know.
But that's
like what do you mean?
You can't say.
You can't say.
Yeah.
And this is why I always said like, I was telling this to some people, including John, like I think a few months ago, where I was like, listen, if I end up being like a car dealer, like I'm gonna just roll with it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a weird little anecdote. And they're like,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah.
isn't that like the lowest of the low? And I'm like, motherfucker, if I'm a car dealer, is it better to be like, damn, this sucks, or just to like be the best car dealer I can? More so, it's like my life like plays out in very undeterministic ways. So it's like I can't, like, the smallest chance occurrences affect the way that my life goes in such big ways that it's like I can't, that being regretful about anything is like pure victim.
Mm-hmm.
Because again,
yeah.
because again, it's like it's crazy how like the smallest chance occurrences play out in huge ways in the trajectory of my
100%.
life. So it's like I can't ever question anything that happens. Like, the fuck is that gonna do? Like sometimes I think about the ways that things could go differently in my life. I'm like,
But like, bro,
like the fuck, that's just what they
how
did.
could you know?
Like
They didn't go
I'm
differently.
playing a fucking movie in my life. Like
Yeah.
I was in my head. Sorry. Like what does that mean?
Yeah.
Can I? Because and the thing is, it's like, okay, so let's say I'm a car dealer. Should I go further, or should I literally, like, I could actually act on this regretfulness. I could literally pan out my life over the, let's say, past 20 years, how it worked, take every single step back, push myself back 20 years, and then do it another way. Except
Yeah.
I literally just fucking repelled 20 years of progress forward. Like, I must have built up something over the past 20 years to the point where I'm in this, I don't know, job or whatever that
Yo,
could be
don't sit on
seen-
my scarf, please.
could be seen as like low. Like life works how it works, and me, I'm always just curious about exploring things that I haven't yet explored. So it's like I actually know what it's like to like really kind of live life.
Yeah.
So that's why I really don't give that many shits about it anymore, because I'm like, well, I actually don't know what it's like to grind.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see that. Like, I've
Me
never done
neither.
it before.
Yes.
So-
And that's what I was gonna.
So it's like, so people ask me like, will you regret it? I'm like, motherfucker, I don't. That's not a feeling that I have, bro. Like
I don't wanna interrupt you, bro. I just can't believe my scarf that I put around my face and my neck was under Hadi's nuts this whole time for the past hour, 2 hours, bro.
Oh, yeah, scratching stuff.
Yeah, fuck. But yo, yeah, like man, that's what I was gonna touch on is that like I'm wondering if you've ever been compelled to see the other side of it now that you've like gotten more stability, frankly, because now that I've had experiences and I could say like, wow, like I have such a great number of experiences to look back on. Like now I have the opportunity to try the other side to see what I actually really value, or question really what it means to value anything. Because while I'm compelled to reach this certain level of discipline and sustainability in my career, like every time the action or the choice has been presented to me, I always end up going towards experiences rather than something for the future. It's a lot more of a present mind than something for building in the future.
I think experiences have a time and place. You just got to determine when that is, and if it's the right one or not, you'll never know. But I think that if you want to go like heli skiing in BC, right, you're not going to do that with. You're not going to spend the, I don't know, however many dollars it is to go heli skiing when that's all that's in your account.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You're going to wait until you're ready to do it. And when you're going to wait until it's the right time to do it, when you can comfortably do it and when you've earned it.
Well, I would actually argue that that's probably why your life has played out the way it is, because you value it like that. Whereas for me, and I think also for Andrew, like if an opportunity is presented to them and you could see it, it's more of the spontaneity is super valuable, because I can't predict how valuable an experience could be.
Maybe.
People's
But that's interesting, because you think like you want to prepare and plan for good events, but for me, like I just think, okay, this has a shot of changing my life. Let me do it. And 90% of the time, it's just a regular day.
So yeah, like people's understanding of what is comfortable is actually very different person to person.
Yeah.
So like,
But that's
for a lot of
interesting. Like
people-
I wanna adopt the mindset like that, where like I plan things in advance, though. You sacrifice some level of
Well, it's just
of
a matter,
random
it's just a
chance.
matter of how much risk aversion.
Well,
you
it's
have.
not planning in advance. It's just assessing like what your position is and
Yeah, yeah,
whether
yeah.
it's actually worth it or not. Like if I'm going to do this thing that cripples me financially in the future, I'm not going to do it. You know
like
what I mean?
like clubbing every night.
No, there is
Yeah.
there is a clear kind of like thing to learn here. Like you're talking about sort of like a almost like a risk aversion. Like how much risk do I take
like-
on by doing this? And I'm saying that different people have a different risk aversion. So it's not about it's not about planning. It's about oh, this opportunity just came up.
Is it worth it?
If shit hits the fan, can I afford this?
Yeah.
Or something like that. And it's like it's different for different people, you know. So that's why like different people, if you go on the same vacation, different people there are of a very different financial position on the same vacation. Just like different people who own Lamborghinis are of a very different financial position. There's somebody who is paying out 75% of their paycheck for that lease, and there's somebody who that's
100%.
like
Bought it cash.
one of 200 cars that they all bought cash, right?
I know people who go to Ibiza for their summer vacations in reading week, and they spend their whole bank account there when you could just be an Instagram model and be flown
God
out.
damn.
Right, and we know millionaires who are grinding because they can't afford to go to it. So that's the difference. And yeah, it feels like
It's also priorities.
yeah.
Like it's everything is priorities. If
That's
I
actually right, yeah.
I prioritize, I want to make like a vacation to me doesn't really appeal because I want to turn my life here into a vacation 24/7, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
So I'm not the type to go to Ibiza every time there's a Coachella or whatever happens in Ibiza, right? Yeah. But I know people that is what their priority is, so they go for it, and more power to them. Great.
They're going to Coachella and Ibiza because
Oh, they're different. I didn't even know.
this is
I didn't
the
even
point.
look
I was
into
about to
this.
say,
I felt
yeah.
so good not
You're-
even knowing what happens in Ibiza, bro.
you're so right about what you're saying for yourself. Like those two things don't even happen in the same fucking place, bro.
Dude, I did not.
Which
know.
is great, which is crazy, bro. That's why you know that, because unfortunately, in this context, I know where Coachella is. It's around LA, right?
Oh fuck.
Yeah, it's like in California somewhere, bro.
Yeah,
I'm sure
somewhere.
we could ask somebody here. They would fucking tell us the exact coordinates of Coachella.
But that shows also that kind of shows the gradient of how we've been approaching life, because like
Oh, is it a place?
yeah, maybe I don't know. No, it's not a place. It's somewhere in
You could tell me-
California.
You could feed me any lie about Coachella and I would
Yeah.
eat it
Well,
up.
yeah,
Dude. I
let's
did
go,
not
bro.
know.
No, but it's interesting because Andrew and I know it's somewhere in California, but we don't actually know where it is. But then people who actually go to Coachella probably know Coachella. People who are indulge in the party life,
Yeah.
but you don't know Coachella at all.
No.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're in that
50-year-old
transition
you
point.
will know where Coachella is.
Well,
very
50-year-old
well.
maybe,
True.
who knows?
And then maybe Andrew and I will be like, oh shit, there's like other countries than America and Monaco. I couldn't tell you, bro.
Dude, I want to live in Tajikistan.
Yo, but like,
Dude, I want to live
Bro,
in
actually, I can't. I don't know what
Tajikistan.
happens
but
in those
like-
countries, bro.
Probably the same
Bro,
thing
actually, I
that
can't.
happens
I don't know
in
what
India.
happens in those countries. Yeah, that's true.
Probably the same
Bro, actually, I
thing.
can't.
Dude,
I don't know
Brunei
what
is
happens.
crazy.
Yeah,
You know about
sorry.
Brunei?
No,
I know
don't
Brunei.
Dude, Brunei is crazy.
That's in
You
Africa,
know about
right?
Brunei?
No,
I know Brunei.
Dude,
No.
Oh fuck.
Is it?
Is
I
it
don't
an
know where
island?
it is. All I know is like I've heard the stories about it because they're super secretive.
Brunei.
Brunei. It's like
What's that?
Oh, isn't it a city state? It's either
it's a
on.
monarchy.
It's either in like on that coast
I
of
thought it was
Saudi
in
Arabia.
Asia. I think it's in Asia, but the point that I'm trying to make is worldviews change so much from place to place. Like in Brunei, the royal family is like, the leader of the country. However, the entire country is also dedicated to them, almost like to the level of North Korea.
Damn.
And
I think it's like on the tip of the meat, the steak of like Saudi Arabia.
And
like,
literally,
place.
if
For
they
reference.
look at charts, the royal family looks at charts of how many people have jobs, and then if more people need jobs, they will literally commission like a statue to be built to then fill the
Mm.
jobs.
Interesting.
It's crazy because they just control everything. And
That's the trade-off with democracy.
and that's something that's completely unimaginable to a Western country like
Yeah,
here.
100%.
Imagine if Trudeau said, all right, you guys don't have jobs. I'm going to build a statue of myself, and then you guys are going to build it. There's your job.
Well,
Well, they kind of do that to an extent. Like, look at all the excess jobs that we have from the Canadian government. Like, we spend a lot of tax money providing 100K salaries.
but
for,
nonetheless,
like,
it's.
redundant.
I think if you plot the level of democracy in countries versus how close the leaders are in terms of like, at least projecting like their support for their people, you would have it like you would have the level of dictatorship correlate with the level to which the leaders are like publicly outreaching to their citizens and like very like aggressively trying to give them opportunities to satisfy them because they're almost like an entrepreneur trying to satisfy their clients' needs.
Trickle down.
You know, because here it's like it's vote. So
Sorry for going off on the tangent.
That's
By the way.
Oh no, that's all we do, bro.
So yeah, like even like like in Russia, there's this thing where the president, however many times every year, will like go on national television and literally have, at least like the way they broadcast it, to their people, they literally have citizens call in from like wherever, like it could be like some small village or it could be like Moscow, and then talk directly to the president and be like, yo, like this is like what the fuck is happening with this shit, like fix this. And then he's like, bro fixes it on the spot. And it's like super ironic because some people have like the smallest problems. Like some people will call in, I don't know what it was, like some stupid shit like, yo, I live in this small village and like I think like their cat or whatever was having like, there was something that was like not like best for their, it's something stupid like that. And like the president literally like called like, let's say like the police force for this example, like right then and there, like he directly dialed like to his like chief of whatever to be like, yo chief of whatever who like handles like you know like super like broad topics, like yo go address this specific case now that is like theoretically
the FBI for.
But there's something to be respected with that as well.
So it is all show, just to be clear.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is but the thing is, Russia is obviously a very dictatorship.
Wait, you're talking about Russia?
Yeah. This
Yeah,
is,
okay.
This is a Russian thing, right? Like it's Vladimir
It's the
Putin does
KGB.
this.
Yeah.
So Russia is obviously. Hadi, can you? Yeah, thanks. Russia is obviously a very authoritarian country. So this is what I'm saying, like the angle in terms of the correlation. Here, motherfucker, Justin Trudeau can't like there's no, you have to pass it through the legislator, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing.
So that's the democratic approach.
I had to deal with the police recently, and it was probably the most miserable experience I've ever had.
Yeah.
Like, especially when like the severity of it, at least in my mind, was like pretty bad. So what happened was someone had AI like mimicked my voice.
Okay.
And then they called my grandparents saying that I had been in a car like this sounded exactly like me on their end. Right? They called my grandparents, said I'd been in a car accident. I didn't want to call my dad because I was scared. Send me money. Like I need $1,700 now is what I said.
Yeah.
Right? So they didn't, thank God, because they know I wouldn't do that. But
smart grandparents, yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
But I know that there are like a bunch of people. Like it's not just me that this is happening to.
Yeah,
and then
I've seen it on the news.
I called the police and I made my report. I was talking to them, and then they said, "Well, was any money lost?" Well, no. And then they go, "All right, cool."
Gosh. Yeah,
like,
that's been
good.
Yeah.
Lucky for you. And then they fucking ended the conversation pretty much.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy to me how that can happen.
To be clear, democracy is not a cop-out for fucking shitty public services.
That's what I was about to say.
Because for one thing, municipal services don't really have to be all that fucking democratic. Like, they're democratic, but also there's like 100 people in the legislature. So like, like
Hey, bro.
chill.
Hey, bro. All I'm gonna say, if you get scammed, That's on you, bro.
Bro, we should not hire him for
Well,
a
that's
police
what
chief.
the police are
Lesson
saying.
learned? Don't get scammed.
That's
No,
what
no,
they're
no,
saying.
no, no. But unless of course there's a tax base of billions of dollars, and we want to hold the government accountable for actually enforcing some fucking law,
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
and
Which we won't.
avoiding its citizens from being scammed,
Enforcing
right?
law? What's that?
So, yeah, these problems need to be solved.
But we've been observing that like so much. Like, bro, you look at it. It's the same thing in healthcare, bro. I actually went to the ER the other day, pulled up, bro, and they're like, "Oh, are you dying? Okay, we'll wait 8 hours."
And even if you
Are
are
you
dying,
dying?
you still wait like
Yeah.
3.
yourself
Someone
with
broke their
medical-
leg.
with,
I was
medicine.
sitting with them, and then I got in before them.
Dude, my grandmother had high blood pressure, and she still waited like 10 hours in Quebec.
Wow, insane.
Like high blood pressure, like critical.
Yeah, and they're like, "Okay, well, you're not like your brain hasn't stopped working."
Yeah,
So
straight up.
I'll
And then
just
they go,
wait.
if your condition worsens, let us know.
Are you LGBT? Do you need your dick chopped off? Sorry, wait.
Oh, hold on. We gotta get the ER ready right now.
He needs medically assisted suicide right now, please. I need to kill myself right now, please.
I've skipped.
Oh my god.
If I don't kill myself in the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna die.
Wait, what?
I'd rather take my own
Bro,
life
something like
than
a
let
burn
the-
victim
than
is
let
like
the
sitting on
medicine-
the ER, bro. Just throw him off the table, bro.
thankful.
Get him off, man. We don't need him.
I'm thankful that they took care of my allergic reaction quickly though, but that was it.
Yeah, like
I found out I'm allergic to spinach.
damn, really.
Actually,
Holy shit. bro.
anaphylactic shock because of spinach.
Bro.
That's insane. I would never
R.I.P.
put
Subway.
any allergies on the internet if it was like life threatening, bro. Because then, bro, one salad away and it's like you've been
I got
assassinated,
that
bro.
off switch.
Deadass, bro. I'd always carry the EpiPen on me,
Yeah,
bro.
we'll have to cut that out, bro.
Yeah,
want the act- don't
we'll
want
have
the
to
ops-
censor it.
Don't want the ops running
I
some
want
fucking.
the ops to know my kryptonite.
Yeah, straight up, bro.
Yeah.
That's actually fucked, bro. That like peanut allergies, man. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You actually are a ticking time bomb, bro. Like one Snickers away from death.
Yeah.
One Reese's cup.
Yeah,
bro.
literally, bro. Like it's actually crazy. You just shut down, bro. I also have been developing allergies lately. Like you give me a fleece jacket and I might not breathe.
Fleece.
Fleece.
Really?
If I sweat and I'm wearing fleece, I'll puff up in hives.
Really?
Dead ass.
I
bro.
had that for perfume.
Interesting.
Like different types of perfume would get me good like that. Like I think there was one, I don't fucking know, but yeah, I got hives.
Damn, bro. That's actually crazy, bro. Like
Mm.
like we're actually. I always think about like how crazy, how fragile we are, but also like how strong we can be. Like we can get shot 3 times, like in the chest, but like bro, like we miss our pills one day and like our kidneys shut down.
Who's been shot 3 times in the chest and survived?
Bro, 50 Cent.
50 Cent got shot in the head.
Yeah,
Oh,
no
yeah.
shit. Bro,
Okay.
like 21 Savage too, bro. Like chillin', bro.
Really?
Mm.
Got shot?
Yeah, I think he got shot.
Really?
Maybe I'm tripping, bro. But
I don't know enough about
Some of these
21
rappers capping
Savage.
their
All I know is that he
songs.
scammed Aiden Ross.
Yo, I saw that, bro. Bro, he
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
didn't he like show up to the stream for like?
yeah,
like
and
2
he like
minutes?
made him
Playboy
gamble, bro.
Cardi. He got
That's
scammed by
Playboy?
2 rappers.
Okay, yeah. What did 21 do?
21.
They like rigged the gambling site.
They
I
rigged the
think.
gambling. They were playing high card, and then he
Yeah.
had marked cards for like every high card. So he would
I
pick
don't-
like
I don't
every
know how this
king.
works.
Bro, I saw this clip
Okay,
where.
basic- Sorry.
Oh, no, you could go.
I
You
was
finish.
just gonna explain high card. Basically, you put the deck of cards on the thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then 2 people like we're playing, right?
Yeah.
You pick a card, I pick a card, a random one out of the deck. Whoever's
Right.
got the highest one wins.
Okay.
He put a mark on all of the high cards, so he would grab like aces and kings every single time.
Yeah.
Wait, how did Aiden not see them? Like the
Well,
mark?
he
Bro, it's-
noticed. The chat noticed,
Oh,
and then he
okay,
called
okay.
him out.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But Aiden's probably like he's getting clout or whatever, and he already has a lot of money. He probably doesn't really care too much.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I'd be pissed to be honest. If someone's scamming me, bro, I would do that.
Imagine getting scammed by a celebrity.
Yeah, right. Like that's insane,
21
bro.
Savage
Bro,
has
he's probably like,
money.
chat, chat. Are you seeing this, guys?
No
Chat, are you
way.
seeing this?
No, the chat pointed it out to him. He was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, what?"
Like chat, no way, chat.
Dude, yeah, he was like, no
He's-
way, no way. And then
He
was
probably read it
like,
out loud too. He's like, 21 Savage is scammy, bro. He could be like, nah, like that. They're just joking.
21,
They're
is
just
this real?
So 21 was taking a piss while he checked.
Yeah.
21 was out.
Bro, Aiden Ross is so funny.
Bro, I remember there was like a
I
clip.
love
There was a
Aiden
clip
Ross.
where like while he was scamming him, Aiden Ross was like, yo, this is one of my favorite songs, like one of your older songs, bro.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh really? He was like, I don't remember the song, but he started he started like talking about it, and he's like, yo, rap it. Let's see if you're a real fan. And he rapped it lyric for lyric, and all the chat said, bro, this guy felt bad scamming him now because he
He
realized
returned
he
the
was
money.
a real.
He returned the money afterwards.
Oh, did he actually? Because he was
Yeah, 21
realized
didn't
he's a
take the
real-
money.
Wow, he realized he was a real fan, bro.
Bro, these guys are doing it then for clicks. Like they're doing it because it's good content.
No, he definitely
No,
was trying to scam him. bro.
Playboy Cardi was a complete scam.
Playboy, yeah.
That's crazy though. Like they actually scam these people, bro.
warehouse, bro comes on for
Yeah.
2 seconds, takes the bag and leaves.
Actually, so
These
sad,
artists
bro.
are really in it. Like they got like they're legit. You know what I'm saying? Like Playboy, he's with like Kanye, right? Like 21 Savage is a Grammy-winning artist.
Collabs
So,
with
like-
Drake every album
Yeah,
almost.
exactly. So like,
Like-
and then they're here with like Aiden, who is like, you know, basically like let's say new money in relative to like culture and just
New
But that's
celebrity.
that's crazy for me, bro. That they're like scamming
he's
each other.
he's like a celebrity, but like you know, like he's not gonna get the same respect. That, like,
yeah,
21
I guess
Savage
it's like
would
the
get, you know
Twitch
what I mean?
streamer quick fame money that they're like, oh, maybe I could like.
It's like
get
when
a look up to this.
TikTokers were like, "Are you a celebrity or are you like in?" It's like, oh, like
Yeah,
internet people
yeah.
can't be celeb, right? Like you're like new money, like new celebrity, you know?
Yeah.
So it's the same. Like you won't get the same respect as like a movie star or like a proper music artist, right?
100%,
Okay, we have
100%.
like about 20 more minutes left.
Sure.
I want to talk about business with you. So
Okay.
tell us, because I know John was asking you about housing, although I think you were saying.
Like business strategy you want to talk about?
Well, I was
well,
just, I was
talk
just
to us
talking
about your
the
industry
economy.
and let's
yeah,
see
yeah,
what,
yeah.
Okay.
let's see what you know. Because I know John was asking you about housing
Yeah.
prices, and you're like,
and
well,
then
wait
we
a minute,
went on
if I'm a developer and you can't afford a house, that's bad for you, not bad for a developer.
No, that would be. If housing prices are up, that's good.
That's good for a developer.
Yeah, it's
right?
good for
Good
you.
for
Yeah,
us.
it's
you're
good
at-
for you.
So odds here, yeah. So yeah,
Uh,
but I know.
For the
your
roofing
primary
part, you
business
mean?
is roofing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
How's that going? What's
I'm a niche roofer. So it
Yes.
started out like kind of shitty because what would happen is we were just starting up. We were the new guys, right? And then we'd ask the big companies for jobs. They would give all of their easy, like nice jobs to the people that work with them for 5 years, right?
yeah.
So we got all the shitty hard jobs, and that led to us, getting used to it. We set up for like super high, steep pitches. We do like 3-4 story houses sometimes,
Right.
all of that. And then eventually it got to a point where we were just skilled. So
yeah.
every time that a hard like a funny architect job would come in, they would give it to us because we were the only ones that could do it type thing. And then with that came,
Yeah.
more opportunity, you get yourself a niche, you're a high-end
yeah.
roofer. Any architect, like any known architect that likes to do complex roofs, they call us usually, at least here.
Right.
And in Toronto too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how much renovation housing TV you watch, but do you guys know Mike Holmes?
No.
Okay, anyway, he's a big
Like
TV
selling sunset type shit.
No, he's like one of those house flipping channels from
Oh,
like
I
the
see.
sports
Yeah.
fans. And
You're still recording, right, Hadi?
we did
Okay.
we did his personal house.
Oh no way.
Yeah, we did Drake's neighbor. We did
In Toronto.
in Toronto, and there's a picture actually of us on that house. Like those pictures from the 1940s in New York, where like they're on a beam eating lunch, like on a skyscraper.
yeah.
We have one of those for that house. I gotta find it.
And it's like a
hype,
10%
that's
We're
hype.
all-
10%
the
death
crew is
rate for
all
those
just
guys.
Sitting there eating our lunch on
Oh,
the roof.
that's
Classic
hype.
ass shit.
Dude,
You did Drake's neighbor?
his house is crazy.
I'm not gonna look over that. That's
Doesn't he have like a
crazy.
cave of a pool?
What?
Does he have a pool cave?
It was still under construction when I was there. This is what, like 7 years ago? This is when
Yeah.
Hotline Bling like just came out.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this is that
It's
long
like
ago.
that.
Wow.
So
Damn.
So that was like, yo, you've been doing this literally since middle school, bro.
I told you, grade 7.
Wow,
yeah.
wow.
You-
Insane.
that's crazy.
So yeah, so again, since then, and then my dad wanted to semi-retire,
Mm-hmm.
and then obviously pass it down to me, which is what we're in the process of doing. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
moved to a quieter place because the job, once you're in business long enough, the people that give you jobs start to notice that you want to retire, then they just up the paycheck so you never stop.
Right.
Like they just go. My dad would tell them like, "Sorry, I want to slow down. I want to spend more time doing this or that," and then they go, "I'll fucking more money." Like, and then
It's like an employer trying to keep an employer.
they just give you prices you can't say no to.
Yeah,
which you can't blame them. That's just what they do.
It's the market. Yeah.
So yeah, we moved, and over here we've been taking it slower. We do more now we pretty much only do specialized architectural thing. Like one of us. One of our
You showed us the
houses-
magazine
I showed you.
cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that house was recently done. We did a few. I think Vlad and my dad are working at a hockey player's house recently, who's building a cottage or something along those lines. But yeah,
Right.
it's. And I honestly prefer this than taking the easy route of being a high volume sort of roofer, just because that lets us that the payouts are the same and we have more free time. You know what I mean?
and also it's just cool. It's like,
And it's you get to show people like what you do. You get to
Yeah.
show people you can do something that other people can't. So
well, also like, would you rather make Birkin bags or Herschel bags? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
you'll make the same amount of revenue, but like,
but it also cements yourself, which I now realize as somewhat irreplaceable.
right,
That's
right.
another thing. People start to
There's a
rely
barrier,
on
yeah.
you, and then if
Yes.
someone decides to like screw me over, I can decide not to do business with them, and then they can't take the job. They don't get their payout.
Right.
Rather than I can take my own jobs.
Right. It's not just like a competitive
This
market.
is
where
why
they
I'm
can
also a subcontractor. I don't want to
What's
be
that?
locked into any company.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
I'm a subcontractor, so I'm my own company.
Yeah.
And say you own two different roofing companies, right? Both of you get super hard jobs. Like you go do your quote, you do whatever. Both of you can come to me, and I'm not locked into either one of you.
So you have to compete for your.
Yeah, so
Yeah, for
they
your
can
business,
compete
yeah.
for my time, and
Yeah.
it also gives me the option of leaving if conditions get bad. So I'm not again. I just don't. It goes back to the whole financial freedom thing. I can
Yeah.
choose who I work for. I can choose what jobs to do. It's beneficial.
Yeah. There's a lot of
100%.
freedoms there. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
being irreplaceable, I think, is the position that we want to get to. And I hear this like all the time, where it's like, if you're scared of like AI replacing your job, it's a skill issue. And in terms of like our industry,
Yeah.
as in like typically we go after like security, but like they don't really realize how much being independent, or rather cultivating a really strong skill set, is super valuable for creating dependency. And that's where real sustainability
As
lasts.
long as you're in, this goes for any industry that I know of. As long as you're the best, you will never be replaced.
Exactly.
Never. You
Straight up.
can't.
Like look at the NBA, bro. Like I always use that as an
Yeah.
example because
Yeah.
like there's so much talent there, and like all the other people get out competed. And I think people just think like, on the surface it's just, oh, get good, but like that's gonna happen everywhere, and that does happen everywhere to an extent. Like you're gonna get out competed for job offers
Yeah.
if you're a subcontractor for larger companies. If you're competing with Alban's company, because you'll be like, shit, like I'm not as good as Alban, they're gonna pay him way more than me, and etc. And that's the position that like we want to be in.
I think especially with the high-end market, which is where I primarily I typically do luxury homes for like $1 million houses, right?
Literally. Yeah.
So
The dream.
well, it's not my house.
the dream home.
No, I mean as in like
But the-
you always want to be working for the rich people.
The point there being is, actually, I lost my train of thought.
Are you going to talk about the price elasticity? Like they'll pay what it takes because they have the money.
Not even that, but this is what I was gonna say. People that are at that echelon can appreciate quality over quantity, right?
Yeah,
Like
100%.
that type of client will not rush me. That type of client, if I tell them it will take this long, they know
Yeah.
that I'm an expert in that field,
Yeah.
and they will respect that.
There's this meme in like more so tech where it's like, small. It's like, let's say you're like I don't know, videographer, like
Yeah.
small $100 client, like, can I have your work for free? You show me a sample before I
And they're the
before I
most
give you-
picky.
right? $100,000 per day contract with like a Fortune 500 corporation, like, yeah, money's sent. All right, we'll talk to you about the content in like a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. So
That type of client can appreciate the vision, and then that type of client as well, when they're paying that amount of money, will trust your judgment more because they know that you have some form of credibility behind it, right?
yeah.
Like if you're competing with every low end, if you're competing with every low end roofer, then they're gonna say, if you can't do what I want, I'm gonna get someone else, versus they can't get someone else. You know what I mean? So yeah,
So
I think
it's a different game down there.
yeah,
with the competitive market.
the position that I've got myself in, I think, is pretty good. And the funny thing is as well is that the only roof that's not done is the one on our own house, because that's the one that doesn't pay.
That's how it always is, eh?
It's the one that doesn't pay.
Yeah, whatever you specialize in, you can't have nice shit for yourself with
Yeah.
that. Literally.
All right, you guys want to grab something to eat?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
Thank you guys for watching. This was Motive Pod.
See you later.
See you later.